Philadelphia. I'm Bruce Buffer. It's time for the Anthony Gargano Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday, Football Friday to all across the Delaware Valley. This is the Anthony Gargano Show, and we are presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. Check out the credit union difference at truemark.com/PHLY. Wow, big night last night. Listen, we'll start with it's the Football Friday. We'll start with the Birds in the second of 3 preseason games last night up at Foxborough. Yeah, right? Like, it wasn't, great football, obviously, preseason. We knew the starters would sit. Zach and Bo told us all week after the joint practice on Tuesday that we wouldn't see any of the big-time starters, and that held true, especially with the weather early and the storm that rolled in before the game. But it was a game, and there are takeaways, and lots of them. So let's begin. First of all, what really popped, I got to tell you, I'm in love with some Will Shipley, man. I love RB2, as my man JP said earlier. I love RB2. He can catch the ball out of the backfield. He's shifty. He shows burst. He flashes. I like that. I like that a lot. I liked the fact that the linebackers were active last night. Now, again, I'm going to caveat with the Patriots' offense is not good, right? Like, I will say this. The kid looked good for New England. He showed you something a little bit. Like, he looked like he's got some ability. He flashed. But Zach Baun and I thought N'Kobe both played well. They were both active. Both made some big tackles. Avonte Maddox at safety. So Bradbury's not looking good at safety. But Avonte had the interception, the red zone interception, which was key. He might be the answer. The one thing that really stands out, now I know it's against the Patriots, and so I'm not really looking at it, but I love the talent in the secondary when it comes to the corners. They're so deep at corner. They got good young talent. That excites me, that piece of it. And having a guy like Maddox, I think could play safety. I like the way that kind of looks. So that's kind of interesting to me. By the way, quarterback, Tanner McKee, again, looks way better than Kenny Pickett. I understand that Pickett was under a lot of duress, a lot of pressure, but you just see the way McKee looks, and I don't care that it's 3 and 4. That you're playing against their third and fourth team. McKee just looks better. You can see his presence. He's got a feel. He's got a pocket presence. He's got a feel for it. He just looks better to me than Pickett as the number 2. We'll talk about that. Tyler Steen, it's a shame. He actually played pretty decently, and then the ankle flared up. He was taken off on the cart. Johnny Wilson last night, concussion protocol. So that's kind of the big stories and takeaways that we'll dive into off of Eagles-Patriots. Bo Wulf from all PHLY Eagles will join us coming up in about 15 minutes. So we'll go over the game with Bo, kind of looking at it. Remember, that's it. One more preseason game. Then it's over. Then it's on. A week from tomorrow, 1 o'clock at home is the final preseason game. And then rosters get trimmed 48 hours later, and we're in business, man. We'll be talking about Brazil and the whole trip to South America, and it's going to be a lot of fun, man. It's going to be a great time. Speaking of a great time, last night at Citizens Bank Park, Fightins. All it took was that one swing, that one Kyle Schwarber grand slam. Fightins come out last night, and they just ate up Parker and the Nationals. Bohm home run. Casti home run. The Wild West hits for the cycle, which was nice. And the Phillies put up that crooked number. We said it yesterday, Phillies crooked number, and it was a 13 spot for the Phillies. Man, God bless the Nationals. There's something about them that we just heal when it comes to the Nationals. Remember last year or 2 years ago when the Phillies were in that funk at the end of the season? They had lost 2 in Atlanta. They had gotten swept by the Cubs. They were in danger of like blowing it, and they came back, and you were able to beat Washington to clinch the playoff spot, and then, of course, the run's history. So Washington is the great panacea, and it's great because, look, you know what? Beat up on Washington this weekend, and then you got that tough stretch. You got Atlanta for 3 on the road, Kansas City for 3 on the road. So you got Royals, Braves. You come back, Astros at home, and then Braves at home for 4. So I'm really looking forward to that stretch. 7 with Atlanta. That takes us to September 1st. And, man, look at this. Speaking of schedules, I nerd out because the Sixers schedule came out Christmas Day at Boston. And we got the prime spot, 5 p.m., the ABC 5 o'clock game. Sixers and Celtics. Yes! It's going to be incredible. Really, play the song. It's going to be fun, man. I love it. I love it. This is my favorite time of the year we're about to embark on. We got 2 weeks of August, and then once September hits, it's fun time. It's go time. We're going to have everybody in play, and we'll be getting nuts every day with our 4-for-4 frenzy. Really looking forward to it. All right, let's talk to our friends. We will go over, by the way, the Sixer schedule coming up at 10 o'clock with my man, Devon Givens. But we're going to do it with a wrinkle. All right? So you got to stay tuned. At 10 o'clock, we're going to have Devon in. We're going to go over the Sixer schedule, but with a little fun. But preseason football, baby. Let's go to our people. JP, John Zapata.
Buenos dias.
And my man, VG Violations, Greg Caputo.
What's up?
So, all right, let's start.
Let's go.
Eagles last night.
Super Bowl.
All right.
Super Bowl. 2-0. I'm in.
Man. Dude, this is going to be a fun year.
Shipley, man, you said it. You nailed it. He's so fun to watch.
Listen,
he's
got great hands. He's shifty. He's quick.
He's so quick.
I
got that little elusive thing to him, man.
I mean, to come back with a 1-2 Barkley and Shipley.
Yeah, I'm all out. If I don't see Kenneth Gainwell the whole season, I'm good with that. Let's go.
And here's the thing. We talked about him yesterday during the show, and the thing with Gainwell is he just doesn't do anything that's extraordinary.
Well. No, he looks
right like just an average. Right.
Yes.
Like there's nothing that pops. Like you got, is he fast? Not really. Is he big? Not really. Is he a great, receiver out of the backfield? He's okay. Can he run between the tackles? He's okay.
He's
right? Like that's I think we all feel the same way about Gainwell. Which is, he's all right.
He's like
there's nothing dynamic about him.
No, he's like spaghetti with like Prego sauce.
Well, that's
spaghetti.
That's unedible.
That's how he is for me. I feel like I can't digest him at all anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
think anything's going to happen.
I don't find him unedible.
Nothing's going to happen when he's on the
find
field.
Kenny Pickett a little bit unedible, but
because you hate small guys. He's got size 6 shoes, so cut him a break.
No, I mean, dude. He does nothing. I understand. He was under duress.
Fire drill the whole time.
I get it. I get it. But he's a check down Charlie. He doesn't have a great arm. He
looks like he's 5'6", 130 pounds.
He just looks. You said it, or I guess I said it the other day. But my word is feeble. He just looks feeble. I look at McKee, and I love McKee. Like I like McKee. Like I get it. I mean,
he stands tall. He's up there. He's got
presence.
He's facing Canadian League players.
Listen. I don't care. I don't care who's playing. You still got to go out and you got to execute. You have your presence. McKee's got presence about him. And again, look, if Jalen goes down, it is what it is, right? But if it's a game or two, I trust McKee more than I trust Pickett.
Facts. Yeah, that's what it seems like at this point. But it's preseason. Pickett's got like 30 regular season games. He's won more than he's lost.
Dude, but I watched that shit. Like, they didn't win because of him.
They didn't lose because him. I mean, they had a terrible offensive line at Pittsburgh. No, I mean,
he's not good.
He's like a Kenneth Gainwell.
I mean, quite frankly, I'd rather have the 40-year-old Joe Flacco back.
Yeah, me too.
For sure. If we're going to talk about it, I mean, if he's protected, he can deliver the ball down the field. But I mean, look, we're talking about a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Here's the things let's look things that mattered off of last night. The corners showed you how deep they are.
They look good.
Josh Jobe made a nice play.
On the first series, he made a great play. Huff's getting the credit for the tackle, but it's a wide receiver screen. Jobe recognizes it, reacts, fights through a block, and turns that receiver in the Kobe Dean or Huff there. That was a great play. Who got burned, though? Someone got burned in the first. It should have been a touchdown.
Yes, it was. I got to look at my notes.
I don't know if it was Rodgers, but someone got burned early, and they just overthrew him.
But they, he airmailed it.
And how dare they let Jalen Reagor catch a ball? Are you kidding me? I don't want to hear that guy's name while I'm watching an Eagles game. It's like PTSD.
Still kicking in the league.
Reagor.
Yeah, he should have to push the sled. Whoever let up that reception should have to push the sled tomorrow.
But look at their depth. They got real talent at secondary. They have real ability, real talent. I like it. Tells you I like Maddox because I don't feel good about Bradbury in the slot and safety.
He looked a step behind. Yeah. He doesn't know how to recognize anything as the safety spot.
I know. I like Avonte Maddox. He knows how to play in space.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a
everybody likes Avonte Maddox. He just can't stay on the field.
I know.
I can't buy into it. I can't buy into it again.
Well, speaking of not staying on the field, Steen, that ankle again.
That dude can't buy any luck.
I mean, he's got to get carted off the ankle, and it's a shame. I mean, well, listen, we knew that Becton was going to be the right guard.
Yeah.
The one thing with Becton is he's another one. Got to stay healthy, right? Like, that's been an issue throughout his career. I think guard is a great spot for Becton because of his big mammoth size. And, he's not isolated on the edge. So I love the fact that he's inside. He's just got to stay healthy.
Yeah, it sucks when it's Avonte Maddox. It just sucks when a player's got skill and can't stay healthy. I mean, Trout, the list goes on, but it's a real bummer. If you have talent, your body just can't keep you healthy.
I gave it to linebackers. I thought Zach Bond flashed. I thought N'Kobe played well.
And N'Kobe hustling. He was running around out there hustling.
Yeah.
He had some energy. Yeah, I liked what I saw out of the linebackers. I'm skeptical of them, but they showed some life last night.
I know it's preseason, but this is
the Patriots offense stinks.
Awful. Yeah. And I gave the caveat to start. So I don't want to do the caveat all day long. We already said it. We get it. But if you're going to analyze it and look at what you saw, there was some positive last night.
Oh, it might have been. I think it was Kylie Ringo got beat early. And he came back and made a nice play later in the second quarter.
It was Kylie Ringo.
Yeah.
But I like Ringo. I do. I like it. I like those corners, man.
They're deep.
I like him. And we haven't even seen the kid yet, right? And he's coming soon.
The two, Well, yeah.
He's good. I don't know. I'm looking at it.
Swiss Army knife.
Yeah. I think Fangio's going to have some fun there. I don't know. I look at it and I'm, we'll see. Obviously, it's preseason, but it was good. Fightings last night. How about it?
Woo! Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank God for the Paisans on Tuesday and the bucket hats last night. You can't go wrong back-to-back Paisan Heritage Night and bucket hats.
That's right.
Nothing but good luck.
Yes. It provided Schwarber bomb. The Schwarber did it, and then one swing. And last night was just one of those fun nights, right? Beat up.
Oh, there it is. Look at this crowd last night with the bucket. Look at those guys with the bucket hats.
I like it.
They're nice.
That's a good bucket hat.
I love that. It's the burgundy.
Yeah, I like the burgundy. I love that. The maroon bucket hat. And look, they 10 runs. The Nationals.
Everybody hit.
Mercy rule.
The Wild West.
Can he hit lefties?
Wild West goes for the cycle.
Yeah. Great to see.
I know.
Is it a cycle? Hit the dude right at the double, hit him in the glove.
Shouldn't have
agreed.
I'm cool.
It was a little fugazi, but
I like Bryce's advice in the dugout. Like, if you hit the ball, just run. Run
a
second no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. Which was great. But it just feels good. It feels like they got past that real low period, right? That Monday, listen, it got a little dicey over the trip, as we know. You lose 4 or 5, you get beat up in Arizona over the last 3. You come home, it's listless. You get shut out by a Marlins team that 7 innings for Belante Peloso, and nobody's heard of, and you wind up, you come back, and you get better.
And Flyers in 7 in the chat correcting me. Paisan energy, bucket night, a Dembona interview.
Oh, yes.
That's what he said. He's an energy guy. This guy brings good energy.
He does.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah.
I'm with you. But listen, it feels good for them to win.
Yeah, to win like that, too.
Right?
Oh, and I think it started Tuesday. Topper's got them aggressive on the bases, which is good. Some life into them. They're running around causing a little chaos out there. Right there. They might be back.
And all you got to do is just beat up Washington. You got 4 big series coming up, and they're tough.
That's it.
But at least you start to draw upon success, right? Like if you can just stack a couple of successful at bats like they've had, that just does wonders. You can see how relaxed it.
You got to get that smell on you. Smell of victory on you.
Tuesday,
a little bit.
everybody was completely tense. You saw it, JP.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, everybody. I mean, listen, after the Diamondback series, we've all seen what happened last year with the Diamondbacks. Then you come back after a day off. And I know you brought up the West Coast trip, but coming back, people expected them to take care of the Marlins, and it didn't happen. But now, we talked about this week. This is the week you build that confidence up. And last night, 17 hits put up.
Yeah, I mean, you mean like just
and Wheeler was great too.
It just gets, it gives you that, Wheels win day comes out 6 strong, and that's all you want. You get him out of there, right? You don't tax the arm. You get him out after 6 and be done with it.
Kickering. He's giving up. He went like 4 months without no home runs, and now he's giving up a couple dingers.
The only problem is that when you come in a game like that, it's just like you're just trying to get out.
Yeah.
All right. Lots to get to. Bo Wulf will join us coming up in a couple minutes. Let me tell you about Dr. Andy, and sleephealthypa.com is how you reach him because you want to sleep healthy. Dr. Andy's mission: stop the snore. No good snore. No good.
I'm going to send a peg in him.
Oh, really?
No, she lays on her back.
Skeeves' girlfriend told me that she's like, you talk about Dr. Andy all the time. Would you please get my boyfriend there? So, Andrew, we got to see Dr. Andy Cohen. He's the best. By the way, you'll love him. He's a great guy, Dr. Andy. He is a dentist by trade, so he's developed dental appliances that help open your passageways, laser therapy to do the same thing. And the result is really stunning. You can lose the CPAP machine. You can actually sleep healthy. You get a breath. You get into that REM sleep. You're going to feel refreshed. You will feel the difference with Dr. Andy. Go to sleephealthy.com and stop the snore.
I love it, cuz. All right, guys. Well, listen. We're finally at the weekend. We are here. We're expecting to get some nice weather. We got the Phillies here in town as well. But listen, whether it be business or pleasure, I want to make sure you guys keep one thing in mind. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks, guys. And of course, if you need something where as far as pleasure, like you want to go grilling, obviously we do some tailgating this weekend for the fight-ins if you want to be some nice weather. Ace has everything you're going to need for outdoor stuff. Or if you're like myself, guys, yes, I just got married. That honey to-do list is getting larger and larger as these days go by. So I'm going to have to hit up Ace Hardware, get some stuff around the house, outdoors with some landscaping or inside. Got to fix a light bulb, whatever it may be. I'm going to go to Ace, and you guys should do it too because they are the place that has it all. We got that as their trademark, and they definitely do. Got a leaky pipe at Ace Hardware Services? They are around the block with everything that you need to fix it, including the person to fix it as well. Got air conditioning issues, guys, in this summertime, you do not want to have that happen. Trust me, all right? They got a person for that. Got a faucet you said you'd fix last fall? I've been there. We got that person too because now we're not just the helpful hardware folks, we're also the helpful home services and repair folks as well. From plumbing to heating and cooling, we've got trusted pros to keep your home humming all year long. Ace Hardware Home Services are bringing helpful home and helpful people and you love to the store now at your front door. And right now, guys, Visit Ace Hardware Home Services online at www.acehardwarehomeservices.com to get started on your next project here today. So whatever you may need this weekend, guys, make sure you guys are hitting up our friends over at Ace Hardware.
All right, buddy. Let's get right to it and talk some birds from the All PHLY Eagles show. Does a great job. You love their coverage. Bo Wulf, Zach Berman. Here's Bo. Good morning, buddy.
How we doing? Good morning.
We're
Happy
doing
Friday.
great. By the way, can I just start off with some Will Shipley love? Because
Sure.
I love watching that kid, man. He's got great hands out of the backfield. I love him at Clemson. He's shifty, quick. He runs really good patterns. I love him as an RB too.
The little move he made, the little shuffle on that running back screen last night to avoid that tackle was really nice, and that's what you want to see from him is beating guys in the open field, making guys miss. I thought that was really encouraging. That was nice. I think I'm a little bit less high on him as a prospect than you and Zach are, but I like what I've seen so far. He has proven that he belongs to be part of this rotation.
Well, again, I like him as a complimentary back. I think he's got real ability as a complimentary back. We were talking about it earlier. Gainwell never pops. He doesn't do anything extraordinarily well. He's more in the average. Like, he doesn't have great speed. He can catch the ball. He's okay out of the backfield. He's okay between the tackles. So I think there's some dynamicism with Shipley.
Yeah, I don't know that there's like super explosiveness from Shipley, but what I do think is interesting about the way that this group is put together is that like the things that Saquon does so well are on third down, right? Like, he's such a good pass protector. He's so good out of the backfield. And that seems like what Shipley brings to the table too. So that's not when you want to take Saquon off the field, right? You would imagine that the better complement for Saquon would be, I don't know, somebody in short yardage, I guess. But I also think that the things that they care about are what Shipley does. And so it's more of a long-term thing.
Yeah, but that's not Gainwell. I'm just looking at him as a lone prospect. Like, if you want a big back, I agree. I don't see one on the roster.
Yeah, no, my guy Lou Nichols was okay last night. Not great. Tyrann Davis-Price looked pretty good and flashed, I thought, but I don't think that they need to necessarily keep either one of those guys on the 53.
No.
Whoa! No Lou Nichols? That's a big time 4th and 1 conversion he made last night.
That was, you know what? I don't say this lightly. The NFL has made a lot of bad calls over the course of its history. That was the worst call in NFL history.
In history?
They should fold the league. How could you possibly overturn that?
Yeah,
there's no way.
I don't know. It was
inconvertible
ridiculous.
Evidence, no
when
way.
When it went frame by frame and you could see it, I mean,
clearly got the first down.
It wasn't even close. And to overturn it was weird, but whatever. It's preseason. Who cares? Let's talk about
Lou Nichols cares.
Yeah. Dude, you love Lou Nichols, man. I listen to you guys talk, and I go, I'm on Zach's side. Like, I go, like, Shipley, I see something with Shipley. Like, it's obvious. Like,
well, yeah, I'm not saying that Lou Nichols is a better player than Will Shipley. I'm trying to find my guys who are better than they are being given credit for.
Okay. I mean, it rolls off your tongue. Lou Nichols.
Dr. Nichols. Go find
Imagine Merrill Reese calling a Lou Nichols game-winning touchdown.
Yeah.
Lou Nichols.
Yeah, I hear it. I see it.
All right. Let's serious. It's preseason, man. It's football.
Let's get serious.
It's a football Friday. All right.
That's Bo's ball.
Let's analyze. So it's a shame because Steen, he goes out. Is it the ankle? When are we going to learn more about Steen and the extent of the injury?
Yeah, I mean, I think the way that this usually goes is some national reporter will have an answer today at some point. But Zach was there last night and said that he was not in a boot or anything. He was walking off under his own power. So that's at least good news there.
Yeah, it's a shame because he actually looked decent too for early before he gets hurt.
I think he's looked pretty good every time he's had to play this summer. And I think that he has looked sometimes better than Mekhi Becton, but that doesn't mean anything because, Stoutland has for now 2 weeks basically decided that Mekhi Becton is the guy at right guard. And I get it. There's a lot of upside there. Certainly it changes the physicality of the group as a whole. I think Jimmy Kempski had the note that They're now like the heaviest offensive line in history, except 2 pounds below the Cincinnati Bengals' current offensive line. And it makes sense if you think about it, just like the geometry of if you want Cam Jurgens to be getting down the field, all of a sudden you have these big guys to get around him. I think that makes sense. I just think it's going to be a little bit of a process. I don't think that Mekhi Becton is a finished product at right guard just yet.
Yeah, I do. We've talked about that extensively. I do like him inside. He's not exposed on the outside to quick edge and that sort of thing. Let's look at defense. Now, I know that the Patriots offense is not good, and we get it. You understand it. Although I do like Drake May a little bit. I think Drake May flashed.
I like Drake May too.
Yeah, I think he's a player. But let's look at the Eagles' defense, because I thought the linebackers showed you something. I thought Zach Baum played well, and I thought Nakobe played well.
I thought so too. I thought that was Nakobe's best day of the summer, basically, because I thought he had a really good game yesterday, just judging from the TV copy. Was physical. He brings that effort, that motor that like you can't teach, right? And I think that is the case for both he and Nolan Smith, where they may not have everything you want physically. I don't know that Nolan Smith is ever going to turn into a high caliber edge rusher, but you know that they're both going to play hard. And like that play that you saw Nakobe make yesterday, where he comes on a blitz, doesn't get home because the ball comes out. 2 guys miss a tackle down the sideline, and he still finds a way to get down the field and make that tackle. Like that's high quality stuff.
It is with you. Let's go to the back end now. Bradbury at safety. Avante makes a nice play. Avante plays in space.
Really nice play from Avante.
I mean, it really is. I kind of look. I like to see Avante in that spot. I think they're so deep at corner. I like to see Avante play some safety.
He's been at safety for a couple weeks now. Like he's in the safety meetings, not the cornerback meetings. That's where he practices almost every day, except for on occasion he will go inside. I don't think there's any doubt right now that until Sidney Brown returns, at least, if C.J. Gardner-Johnson does have to miss time into the regular season, it'll be Avonte Maddox next to Reed Blankenship. Bradbury, like I'm rooting for the guy because it's such an interesting story. I've always enjoyed talking to him. He's a really smart player.
He's a smart guy. Bradbury's a very smart player.
Very smart player.
I agree.
And to go from like being one of the best corners in the league to trying to just make the roster as a safety, like good for him for giving it a shot. But I think last night was probably the end of the road. Like it was just, and it wasn't just one play. It was everything you would ask for from a safety. There was, the touchdown gets scored because he doesn't read where the ball is going. He misses a tackle in the open field. He gets run over on a run tackle. And then I thought the worst thing of all was like first series of the game, Austin Hooper just runs right past him. Yeah. And if James Bradbury can't be running with tight ends, then I don't know that there's a spot for him on the roster.
Yeah, I'm with you. His recognition is just not there. I mean, you could see it. It's just I feel the same way. So I look at that. It is a shame, But I mean, you look at that, and they're so deep at corner. I mean, I love their talent at corner. I love their young talent at corner. I think by the end of the season, that's going to be a huge strength for them.
I think that's right. I think that the corners actually, like, they were not quite as good last night as they were against the Ravens, right? Keeley got beat a couple times. Yeah. And then and Rodgers got beat on. I mean, that was pretty good coverage on the Rager catch. But I continue to think that it might just be Quinion Mitchell on the outside week 1, because I think he has the highest upside. He's doing everything they've asked him to do. If Cooper DeJean is ready to play nickel, I think they might just hotshot those guys into the lineup.
I would do that. And by the way, DeJean could play. Like you know.
Right. He doesn't have a lot of time to prove it.
Yeah, I like Mitchell a lot. I just think Mitchell is if you look at him and you've seen him in practice, and I saw his tape and his maturity, like he really looks like a corner that understands the position. Like
I totally agree.
I mean, polish is the word I was grasping for. There's a degree of polish. He's polished for being.
I totally agree. And the ability to just flip inside and do something that he had never done in college and do it, very easily and also be willing to be physical, I think was really impressive. I think polish is a good word. And by the way, week 1, you play that Packers team that has a ton of really good receivers, right?
Yeah.
Like 4 guys who are really difficult to cover. They're going to need that depth.
Yeah, you're going to be in a lot of dime.
So that they have it.
Quarterback, McKee against Pickett.
Yeah, I mean, like, they can tell me all they want that Kenny Pickett's the number 2 quarterback. I've got eyes. You've got eyes. We all see the same thing. And you know who else sees the same thing? The players in the locker room, right?
Yeah.
Like, and I think you've been around it long enough to know that the more they insist there's nothing to see here, the more we know that there's something to see here, right? Like, oh no, Kenny's our number 2. Kenny's our number 2. Like that's how it goes. I think we know what's happening here. They have to handle it delicately, right? They might see if there's a team that wants Kenny Pickett. They can unload him. Maybe they can slow play it and have Kenny Pickett be the backup on game day early in the season. But if this team actually needs a quarterback to be on the field, it will not last long. It will be Tanner McKee. It's just and it's not. You've seen the same thing every day in practice. Tanner McKee gets the ball out on time and gives his guys a chance to catch the ball. Kenny Pickett does not. And I know that last night Kenny Pickett's going up against a starting defense, and he's got an offensive line of 2s and 3s, and he doesn't have good wide receiver options and tight end options. But Kenny Pickett, I mean Tanner McKee has that same group, and yeah, it's against a different defense, but he sees it. The timing is different. Like I've seen enough preseason quarterback play in my life to know what I'm seeing. Like it's obvious, as you just said. It's and like I know that they can't come out and say it, but we can say it.
Yeah, I brought it up to VG. VG was laughing at me, but
you guys are a couple of size kings. Just because Kenny's tiny with tiny hands, you guys don't like them.
Hands.
That's all it is,
dude. There is a feebleness about him. It just is.
He's an accomplished proven starter.
There's a freneticism. Like everything, he's so frenetic back there.
Yeah,
he is frenetic. Frenetic and feeble.
Whoa.
Like,
that's the
it's
problem.
terrible energy. Like, why are we so angry?
It's awful energy. Because what it is it's let me rust. Like, he doesn't have any confidence at all. You can see it, right?
Who's open? Where are the rushers? What do I do? Yeah. Tanner McKee's back there like a calm veteran.
Right.
It reminds me of what's his name? Carson Wentz used to have spaz feet at times. He's got the spaz energy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And by the way, those guys aren't running wide open that Tanner McKee is finding. Like he's hitting Joseph and Ngata.
And here's the difference. A nice ball. He can put zip on it. He's got touch. He's got presence. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
The shape of things. Tanner McKee is throwing guys open. Yeah. Kenny Pickett is waiting until a guy flashes open and then pulling the trigger, right? And it's only like 8-yard passes. Like there's a big difference.
I mean, he's a check down king, so
check down Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny Chesney.
There's a name popping up in the chat for the safeties. What do you think? A return of the Green Goblin, Jalen Mills, help out a safety?
Shut it down.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I love Jalen Mills. I'd be happy to bring him back. I think anybody who's cut from the Giants is probably not necessarily looking good. Although I know it was an injury thing. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they come week 2 or something, they bring him in to go on the practice squad to see how healthy he is. I think they like Jalen Mills in the building, but yeah, I wouldn't be holding your breath.
What else did you take away from last night?
Let's see. I thought EJ Jenkins looked good and has a chance to be the third tight end if that injury is not serious. He's popped all summer long. It was nice to see Bryce Huff, who was asked to play in this game, which was a minor surprise. He looked good on that first series, good against the run. I thought that was good. Trot Jr. didn't flash quite as much yesterday as he did the first preseason game, but I'm not worried about that long term. Thomas Booker is a guy who's pushing for a roster spot. Had those sacks in the second half. Other than that, it was a preseason game. We don't need to get too hyped up.
No, and not anything concern you at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think the corners are good, but I thought it was a good temperature check. And I said the same thing about the joint practice on Tuesday, that those corners have not been going up against good wide receivers for the most part this summer. And so those Patriots wide receivers who are like not awesome, but a little bit better depth wise, I thought they tested them a little bit more, and you saw the difference in their ability to cover. And then I think just the offensive line depth is probably not where they want it. I think, Nick Sirianni shouted out Fred Johnson for taking a big leap from last year to this year. I think Fred Johnson's been solid. I think he's an okay third tackle, but I think they need, they don't have their Jack Driscoll, Sua Opeta this year. They have to sort of find that guy.
Yeah. What do you think the plan is going forward and for next Saturday, the preseason finale?
Yeah, I don't think you're going to see any starters at all in that game. Now, the schedule of it is a little bit different because obviously they go Saturday, then the lead up to is a Friday game. Now it's a week later, so there's plenty of time. But the long layoff between a Thursday second preseason game to the Saturday third preseason game means that they're squeezing in much more practice. They have 5 practices this week, which is different than they have done in years past. And so I think Sirianni is looking at these 5 practices as what's really going to determine who makes this roster.
So what are you looking at going forward? Now, we got a couple weeks left before it gets real. What are you eyeing? What do you think the biggest dramatic position battle is going to be? And give us we always do on Fridays, the 3 up, 3 down.
Oh, 3 up, 3 down. Okay. Well, I would say I think the big story this week is Cooper DeJean. Is when he gets back on the field as a full participant. Where is he playing? Who is he playing with? Is Vic Fangio experimenting with DeJean with the ones? Is that something we could see? Is there even a possibility that he gets some safety reps? I think that's the big story this week. Position battle wise, I think right guard is over. So linebacker is the main one, aside from corner as well. And Johnny Wilson was in the concussion protocol. Are the Eagles going to make a move at wide receiver? I guess my presumption would be that that'll be closer to the cut downs, but I think the Eagles do need to do something there at some point. 3 up, 3 down. I'll give you McKee up, pick it down. That's pretty easy. I will give you Jenkins up again, and I think Nakobe Dean deserves. After last night, as we talked about. Down. I don't want to kick a guy when he's down, but I think you got to go Bradbury, and then the last one I'm going to say. I'm going to say Brett Toth, even though he's getting all these reps at second team center and second team right guard yesterday. I just don't see it, and I'm not so sure the Eagles are gonna feel like they need to carry him on the roster.
Yeah, that's good. Do you go ahead?
No, I got one for the end.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just curious because I'm with you when it comes to the receiver. I think they'll do something come cut down. Are you looking at McKee? Are guys that you're kind of looking at back end guys that have deep receiver rooms?
Yes. So Zach and I on the show the other day went through. I gave him 10 different wide receiver trade proposals, and there are a few teams in the league that are deep there. Houston is one of them. McKee, Robert Woods, I think could be had if you wanted somebody more of a veteran. The Eagles have sort of done that before. I don't know that that's exciting. New England, I think, is a possibility. They've got about 6 guys, and one of those guys would be an upgrade for the Eagles, I think. There's some talk
except
about
Rager.
All except Rager, yeah. Tyquan Thornton or Kendrick Bourne, somebody like that. There's some talk about Quentin Johnston, last year's first round pick from the Chargers. How about a Quentin Johnson Kenny Pickett swap? They've got Herbert dealing with an injury. Easton Stick's not that good. Maybe you could talk him into that.
What happened to him?
Who is
he was
that?
A tremendous college player, Quentin Johnson.
Yeah. I didn't love him as a prospect because he was this big guy that didn't play big.
Yeah.
Was sort of like a run after the catch guy. But all the reports are that he's just like he's dropping everything in camp. And I don't know. I think drops can be fixed. That's not my biggest concern. But yeah, the fact that a team is probably willing to cut bait on a first round pick after one season is signal enough that he's probably not that good. And then I think there's like some older guy. Could you get Adam Thielen from the Panthers? Could you make a bigger move for Tyler Lockett from the Seahawks? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, go ahead.
We got to do our check-in. This is our Bo Greg Nick check-in. What do you think about his fit last night, Bo? I'm a big fan. I give him an A+.
You like that one?
It's a nice hoodie. I like the sleeves better. His pecs are looking nice and swole. He looks relaxed.
Yeah, it's a
and
good
confident.
fit. It's a good fit. You can tell I got a pump in before the game. I like that.
Yeah. He did some push-ups before the game. I think he looked good last night. A plus.
I mean, for him to get an A plus from you, that's a huge compliment.
I prefer the sleeves. The hoodie with the sleeves. It's a good hoodie with the sleeves.
That is a good strong hoodie.
Yeah.
I like the hoodie a lot. Yeah.
And you got to say, you got to give Nick credit because Nick appreciated the fact that Zach was dominating that post-game press conference last night.
He was.
Zach got in like 4 questions in a row, and Nick's like, "Is anybody else here?" Zach, you're crushing.
Zach last night.
He dominated. He dominated. Your partner just owned it last night.
Yeah, Zach didn't. He didn't. As he said, he didn't spend time away from his family to sit on his thumbs. He's going up there to crush it.
You want to talk about it, man? Showing up in training camp. He shows up on a preseason game.
Yeah, this is not. This is regular season for him.
Yeah, I love it. Bo, what's the schedule today?
Live at 2:00 with Zach. We'll talk about our thoughts on the game and what's to come, and then Eagles practice tomorrow and Sunday. We don't have shows, but we will have you covered with everything you need to know on allphly.com and with those video recaps, which you can find anywhere in the world.
What's the hat you're wearing today, Bo?
This is a Wesleyan hat. This is my sister was an assistant hockey coach at Wesleyan. She's now at UConn.
Oh, nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's fantastic. Wesleyan is a coaching hotbed.
It is Belichick. Yeah.
There's been a few.
And I got I'm a team man too. I got my PHLY shirt on. Come on,
it's a good shirt.
It is a good strong shirt.
Good cotton.
I like the black.
I'm a black.
I'm a black guy with the.
It's
PHLY.
a good feel too. It's a good material.
Great cotton. Yeah.
It's strong. Yeah, strong stuff, Bo. As always, buddy. Thanks, brother.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the football Friday.
There he is.
I got to get together. He lives like 3 blocks from me. We got to get together for beers more often.
He does?
Yeah, he's right around the corner from me. He's at the same bar a lot.
No, Bo is? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yep.
Ah, man, I didn't know that. That's funny.
Citiesman.
Oh, that's cool. All right. This time, we always do the daily grind. Always presented by the Bet Park Sportsbook and Casino app. Make sure you download it, have some fun when you play the games, whatever the brain tells you. You can play some blackjack with it, whatever you want. He is the brain.
Brain. Red the Brain Finder.
Good morning, brain.
Ooh.
Good morning.
Look at that lighting. He's like nice silhouette shadow on the one side. It's like Kubrick lit him up for this scene. Wow.
I mean, hey, Nashville's finest, man. What can I say?
Oh. He's got the hat on.
Got the Vandy hat on. Got the Vandy hat on. I mean, I gotta represent.
No Commodores.
Yeah. Strong Vandy hat. By the way, Versace, Vandy's a great school, man. So he must have did well.
UCLA to Vandy.
Right. I mean, the kid must be pushing some grades.
Yeah, no, he does very well in school. And I'm
there's
hoping,
a chance Brad's a high donor. Maybe drop a couple mil to Vandy.
Let's go to the Brain Science Center.
No,
Feinberg,
man.
you.
Yeah,
Feinberg
I know. No, but it's a nice school here. Nice area.
Around Feinberg Auditorium.
Got it. Listen, you got to do what you got to do.
That's it, buddy.
You guys ever been here? You guys ever been here?
Quick.
Do you know this is the bachelorette capital of the world? Did you guys know that? It surpassed Vegas.
Yes. Everybody knows that. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
There was a video.
That's why Versace's down there.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's not
That was
stupid.
great. It was like they interviewed this bachelorette party about football in Nashville.
Oh.
And it was like, I hate football. I tell my husband all the time, football sucks. And it was a whole thing, all these bachelorettes down there. And they were mad because there was some sort of, there was some big football thing. And they were.
Are you talking about the NFL draft in 2018?
That was it. It was the draft.
Yeah.
Because it hijacked the town. And she's like, I hate all these football people.
Ruining my bachelorette party.
Yeah. Where are you taking tonight? You going to dinner? Broadway?
Yeah, we went to a dinner. We went to a steakhouse last night. That was good. I actually had a good breakfast here. It was cinnamon. What's it called? Like cinnamon. What is it? A cinnamon. What are those things called? With the pancakes, a cinnamon swirl, like the cinnamon swirl pancakes, which had like the icing and the cinnamon and sugar in there. It was quite good. Not that I need it, because I certainly don't. But it was quite tasty.
Cinnamon,
I'm
man?
not gonna lie to
I'm
you.
a fan. Yeah, who's
I love
anti-cinnamon?
Me.
Yeah,
I don't like
I
cinnamon.
love.
I don't love it in the summer.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
like
out.
a fall winter cinnamon.
I'm out on that spice.
Oh, cinnamon?
Yeah, I don't
It's
mind.
so
love it.
warming. It feels like a hug.
Yeah. It
I
feels
love
like a
cinnamon,
hug.
man.
Yeah, dude.
It's
When
the
I
hug
take-
spice.
when I- When I have the oatmeal, I could literally put in 27 gallons of cinnamon. You can't put in enough. Like, it's literally, you wouldn't even recognize it. It just looks like a dark red thing. You know, it doesn't even look like oatmeal
Really?
anymore. Like, what the hell this
You
guy
do the
do?
cinnamon
Yeah.
gum?
It's basic cinnamon everything. I love cinnamon. I can actually, honestly, you can never put too much in. Like, I can drink bottles of it.
Man, the
Not
onion
joking.
peel on this guy, the layers in this guy.
Yeah, man, it's not, cinnamon, man. I
Cinnamon's
love it.
Don't ever do a spoonful of cinnamon. You
Oh,
ever
no,
see
don't
that
do that.
challenge people do? Not good. You can go to the
No.
hospital.
Whoa. No, I've not. Tell me.
Yeah. You put a bunch of cinnamon on a spoon and try and swallow it. It's not good.
YouTube
man.
it, Brad.
Yeah.
Why? What happened?
You just
Oh, it's
it
the
goes
worst.
everywhere. The crystals are everywhere. You start coughing like it's uncontrollable. Yeah, people have gone to the hospital
Well,
because
if I
of it.
mix, I could put. Oh, well, I'm not going to do that. But if you put it in, you could put in 20 spoonfuls into a thing of oatmeal. You literally put in 20. I'll
Yeah,
down
it
it
needs
in
some
a
kind of
second.
moisture with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's the moisture of it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm not a
Any-
cinnamon guy.
what-
I don't know.
What did you guys? I'm curious. What did you guys take from yesterday's game?
We were just talking about it
Patriots
all
stink.
morning. Yeah, I mean,
Really
In small hands.
Kenny Pickett, no good. Just horrible.
I agree. I'm
I
glad you
love
said that.
Shipley. I'm surprised Bo doesn't like
Yeah,
him.
Bo is
Down. I like
crapping all
Shipley.
over Shipley.
I think Shipley's got a
He
little
was good in
something,
college.
man. He catches the ball out of the backfield. He's shifty. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah, and hopefully you're not
prospect.
going to need a ton of them this year. You obviously hope it's Saquon, but I agree. I think if they were to have an injury to Saquon, I think he could step in much better than Kenneth Gainwell can, in my opinion. I think it was a good pick.
Listen,
I agree with you.
I said earlier he's a complimentary back, not complimentary to Saquon because he does similar things as a in a light manner. But he's got that ability, man. I like the kid. I think the kid's got a little something.
Yeah. But it's funny. They gave up, a 6th-round pick, Anthony, for Pickett. Is that what it was? A 5th or a 6th?
Yeah.
Something like that. And when they made the trade, I was like, all right, if you're trading for 2 years, a guy who goes from a 1 to a 6, I'm like, all right, I'm fine with that. Let's see. But, man, I now I see why Pittsburgh got rid of him. And he just I don't know. I'm not – I don't think this guy will ever have an NFL career at all as a starting quarterback.
No, as a starting quarterback, not at all.
Yeah, and not at all. And I agree with you. I would rather just take in Fields, even though I don't like Justin Fields. I would rather just have that as a whatever. Even if
Dude,
he's a guy,
I would have brought Flacco back, and listen, if
I
you
agree.
protect Flacco,
I agree.
you saw last year, right? Like you got
I
receivers and weapons. I mean, when he's here last
still
time,
play.
nothing, right?
Yeah, you're right. Listen. And again, the Pickett thing, I get why they did it. It didn't cost them much, but to me, that's already a sunken cost. He's a guy. If he ever sees the field, I already know what the answer is for the test.
Yeah, I watch. Obviously, we go overboard with the analysis of preseason when really it comes into, Tuesday was the most important part of that trip when you do the joint practice.
Of course. But
Who?
I don't know. We'll see. Look,
Let me ask you an NFL thing. Give me maybe 2 teams in the AFC and 2 in the NFC that after this preseason that you think are on the rise.
Well, okay. In the AFC, all right. Are you talking teams that were not good last year? I think will be good, or just 2 teams I think are just
more the arrow up during the preseason. Like, do you like what you have seen that have come up? Like, I'll give you. It's funny. Baldy. I was talking to Baldy yesterday about this. Tampa's a team that's got a lot of juice to it. That's kind of under the radar, and he was down there, and he liked what he saw. And I'm
Really?
like, all right, but he likes them a lot.
You know, it's funny with Tampa Bay, now obviously you look at them and you say, all right, Evans has been one of the more understated Hall of Fame players we're ever going to see, right?
I mean,
Like,
White, Evans,
the guy-
Godwin. I mean, you got quality veterans.
Right, your quality veteran receivers don't really have it. Kate Otton's okay at tight end. I don't love Rashad White. He was a volume-based back that put up stats because he got 30 touches a game, not necessarily because he was good. And look,
He
it
catch
comes
the
down
ball
to
in
me.
the backfield a little bit.
Yeah, but it comes down to me this: Baker Mayfield. Do I trust him as a guy that I really like? And I think we saw his ceiling last year, which was fine. It got him $30 million, but when you see Baldy likes him, like to me, and maybe I'm dead wrong, and they'll be playing the NFC Championship game. I don't see a really high ceiling for a team like Tampa Bay personally.
Dude,
but
I
that's
got to
just
tell
me.
you, they weren't even my favorite team in the South. I like Atlanta more than I like,
Well, I think
Tampa.
Atlanta made. Listen, I got to look. Atlanta. You talk about a team now going all in. It's interesting. Their general manager, whoever it is, they've done things which to me are very strange. And let me explain. They signed Kirk Cousins. I'm okay with that.
I know,
Okay,
the
great.
Penix.
But then if you go, you know Cousins is an older guy. You're not playing Cousins for a 6-year window probably. They draft it. Just to me, with the 8th pick, you can make a real impact pick there. That's the guy that really can help your team theoretically. And then they go out and they trade for with the Patriots. They get Judon, who is their best player. Which okay, great. And then they just signed Justin Simmons yesterday. So to me, if I'm a fan of that team, I'm like, all right, you're going all in, but then you're really not by drafting Penix. And to me, it would almost frustrate me, that strategy a little bit, where I'd say, listen, I just don't like the Penix pick with what they've done around it. It just doesn't make sense to me
listen,
personally.
I get you. Like it doesn't fit. Their response to that is, we think that he could play right away. So if something happens to Cousins, that he steps right in, and then our quarterback position is set for the next 10 years. It could be Cousins for 2 or 3, and Penix for the rest. But they expect Penix to think he can play right away. I'm a Penix fan. I like the kid.
I'm going to tell you, you talk. Look, and I don't like some of the stuff that's happened, and it's not that they've had a good preseason because they haven't done anything. But I just think the talent level in the New York Jets is very, very high, and I think they're going to have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. So they have a top 5 offense and a top 5 defense. It'll be hard for them not to be good. You could still get them at 9.5 wins on Park's season wins. I don't know. To me, you're betting, does Aaron Rodgers stay healthy? If Aaron Rodgers stays healthy,
that's it.
I don't like to call things a slam dunk. I don't like being disingenuous, but I would be stunned if this team does not win double-digit games.
Dude, with those receivers and those skill guys,
it almost to me is it's so. I always say some things are not that hard to see, and I don't think this is hard to see, and I don't know why they're not getting the respect I would give them. Like I mean, I have them clearly out of Buffalo and Miami because to me their defense was elite last year, and if they had any other quarterback, they would have been number 1 in every single category.
I just don't think people trust Rodgers and the health. I think it comes down to as simple as that.
Yeah, but again, I'll just say I'm going to trust that Aaron Rodgers is going to be good, and that's just a team that you could still get real odds on them to do some really good things.
I'm with you.
And
I'm bullish on
that's
them.
a team that I'm really and I'll tell you what, like I'll give you a long shot bet that I bet here. I don't think it's going to win, but I always am willing to put in a bet that I think is going to lose if I think the odds are high enough. I put in 2 bets here. Listen to me quick. I took Kyler Murray to throw for 4,500 yards, getting 40-1 odds, and I bet Caleb Williams to throw for 4,500 yards at 30-1 or 35-1 odds. I don't expect either one to win, but that's about 260 yards a game. 260 yards a game. And when I look at Arizona, they added obviously Harrison, and they have a great tight end. I could see him throwing for 260 a game. I don't think it's impossible. And at like the 40-1 odds I got in that area, like to me,
no, for the odds,
okay,
I like it. Yeah,
I'll take a chance there.
And I think you're right with going with the Rook too. I think there's a chance.
I think the Bears are going to. I think you can make the argument, guys, that the Bears. You can laugh me off the air right here. I think the Bears could be one of the best offenses in all pro football. I see a team that has a 3 really good receivers, a really good tight end, a very serviceable running back with that depth in the running back room. They have 3 legit running backs and a quarterback that I think will be really good. He seems a little funky personality-wise, but I think he's going to be really good. And that's a team that I
agree.
Tough division.
And it's funny because, his passing yards too, like Swift only helps that because he's so good out of the backfield, and they'll use him out of the backfield. And then you got Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. I mean, I agree. I think I'm bullish on their offense.
Anthony, I read Keenan Allen went to the Brad Feinberg School of Dieting, and I read he gained 20 pounds. And I don't think it was of muscle. So that's one thing that gives me – I don't know how – I've read it in like multiple sources, so I don't know why someone like that would gain 20 pounds because that guy's been just like Mike Evans, like in the AFC. Like every year he's 1,000 yards and consistent, always great. But that's a team that I think they're going to be a very interesting team that has a chance. That division, by the way, I think that division is the hardest in pro football.
Yeah.
I would actually rank it the hardest.
Yeah, it's a great division. That and the AFC North is really good.
Yeah, those are the two. Those are the two.
Yeah.
The two.
Let's talk about what do you got cooking for tonight?
Yeah. Well, listen, I'm gonna back the hometown team now, Anthony. I'm gonna lay a run and a half. Only $1.21. Only $1.21. Laying a run and a half on Parks. They have the best number in the world right now. To me, listen. Anthony, me and you have talked about Patrick Corbin, like he's almost like a family member. We know he stinks. We love him in the best possible way. And we know that Patrick Corbin, what's this guy do? He gives up hits, he gives up runs. His ERA is 6. Phillies bats seems like they're coming alive. I will be very surprised. I always say it. When I'm laying a run and a half, do I feel like my team will score 6+? Yes. Do I think I can hold the other opponent to 2 less? Yeah, I think interesting. Nola, guys, has great splits at home versus the road in his career.
Yeah.
One of the, usually you think Citizens Bank Park more of maybe the hitter's park, but Nola gives up about 0.6 less runs per game at home than on the road, and that's over, hundreds of starts, whatever. So it's like a big sample size. So I like the Phillies laying a run and a half. And then listen, this one, again, sometimes things are just obvious. I made this total 6.5, and it's 7. Skeeves versus Logan Gilbert. Maybe the 2 worst offenses in baseball, 2 of the worst 5, let's call it comfortably. I don't think either team here is going to get 5 runs. And if they do, I'll gladly take my medicine. I think this is just 2 completely impotent offenses against 2 elite pitchers. Again, I made this 6.5. 7 is the most prevalent number in Major League Baseball, 7 and 9 for obvious reasons. You get the 5 4s.
And with the way Seattle strikes out,
my God! Forget about it. Yeah, forget about it.
It's got to have double digits tonight.
They can't score. The Tigers just held this team to like 3 runs over 4 games. I mean, they can't score runs. They cannot score runs. And it's interesting, guys. You know what odds crashed before I let you go? Paul Skeeves went, and I'm going to you guys quickly because I don't agree with it. Paul Skeeves went from minus 1,000, like you have to put up 1,000 to win 100 to win Rookie of the Year, to now he's less than 2 to 1.
Wow. Why?
I don't agree with that. I was Googling, is he going to well, Jackson Merrill of San Diego is the prohibitive second choice. He's had a really good year. But it's like, will they shut Skeeves down? I guess the only thing, because to me, if Skeeves stays healthy, this is, I honestly, about 100% bet, I think. I don't get why this line is lowered. I think it's worth the play, laying less than 2 to 1 on Skeeves to win Rookie of the Year. I didn't understand quite why that moved 900 or 800 basis points in a matter of 1 start. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Hey, look at these averages of Phillies versus Corbin. Alec Boehm's hitting 360 and 25 at bats. Harper's
what's Nick? I think I smell in a casting home run.
He's only at 13 at bats. He bats 154, no dingers. Harper in 43 at bats, bats 326. JT in 35 at bats, bats 371. Schwarber batting 333. These are all, as a team, they bat 294 against
many home
Corbin.
runs?
6 home runs in 180 at bats. Not a lot of dingers.
I can smell Casty.
Yeah, I think the Phillies team over is 5.5. I think I'm going to grab that.
You should
it's
build
interesting.
one of your SGPs with a Casty.
Yo, you like this, Brad? I was at the game Tuesday night. Schwarber came up. I did a live in-bet home run. He had that grand slam.
No, you didn't.
11-1. Yeah.
Wait, what odds did you get?
11-1.
Good for you. Oh, that's so cool, man.
Got caught up in the excitement.
Oh, that's a nice one, man. That's all good. I remember that was amazing when he hit that.
How do they figure that out, Brad? Like 11 to 1. It feels
listen,
like it should be higher.
It just well, theoretically, I love Parks and but theoretically, they're trying to make a profit theoretically, right? So, you take how many at bats Kyle Schwarber gets for a year. Now he walks a lot. So what does Schwarber get? Maybe like 500 and some at bats a year. You can probably Google this real quick. Probably hits about 40 home runs. So just 40 into 500 is probably about 1 in 12, 1 in 13. So it probably should be 12 to 1 area but actually, no, but then you have to really look at plate appearances because if it's a walk, it's a loss. So actually, he probably gets 600 plate appearances, which is more 1 in 15. So it should probably be 14 to 1. But anyway, listen, but he still hits home runs. I mean, that's what the guy does. But to me, if the walk is such a big thing with Kyle Schwarber, that's why I think that's a tougher bet than initially meets the eye. Because if it's plate appearances, it's probably definitely a winning bet, 1 in 11.
Yeah, I'm with you. The Brain, our Parks Casino analyst, betting analyst. He is the best. Listen, enjoy your weekend in Nashville, buddy.
All right, buddy. I'll see you guys Monday. Good luck.
The Brain. Brain. Let's talk about the BetParks Sportsbook and Casino app. The online sportsbook and casino app is the best. It's the only app that we'll recommend. It's BetParks. So here's the deal, right? Like when you're talking about what Brad just gave you. You can look at the Phillies and you say, all right, well, it's Corbin. And then you could do so many different ways for the SGPs. Like you could mix in ribbies or total bases. Like I do like Castellanos tonight. Like I could see him getting 2 doubles and you can put 4 total bases or 2 hits, the multiple things. You could play with it in so many different ways. Or you can just go straight up and go, the Phillies are going to beat Corbin. So, I'll lay 1.5 because it's Nola who's at home against Corbin and they're going to mash Corbin. So you could totally see that. There's a myriad of ways to play, all that stuff, strikeouts that we just talked about. Like I do agree. I not just the under in the Pirates Mariners, but the over strikeouts for the Skeeves, who, he's a strikeout maven. Seattle strikes out all the time. So take a look at the BetParks Sportsbook online casino app. And then while you're watching the game, if you want to mess around, you can play a little roulette live right there on your phone. Live Baccarat, like VG does that. Don't play like live Baccarat during in between innings. Live Blackjack with a live dealer. All the slots. You can have some fun playing some slots while you're doing it. It's just a blast. Check it out. The BetParks online casino sportsbook app and casino app. In fact, new customers, if you're down in the first 24 hours, you get up to $1,000 back. BetParks.com has all the details. You got to check it out. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. You got to be in PA, New Jersey, Maryland, Ohio, Michigan. The BetParks Sportsbook online casino app.
I love it, cuz. Well, some people this weekend may be enjoying that app, like VG, maybe sitting at a bar doing some picks. But for all my outdoor friends, we're staying on that outdoor theme here, right? Because all my outdoor friends, you want to enjoy our new friends over at Rugged Road. Guys, they have everything you need for everything that it has to do with outdoors. Especially our boy, our producer, Andrew. He's definitely loving the Rugged Road. They have everything you need from fishing, camping, hunting. That's all things that are up Andrew's alley. And if you're someone like that, you want to make sure you check out Rugged Road. Let's talk a little bit about them, because Rugged Road is dedicated to creating innovative and durable outdoor gear for adventurers who demand the best, all right? Our products are designed with the highest quality materials and craftsmanship, ensuring they perform in the toughest conditions. Whether you're on land or water, Rugged Road gear is built to accompany you with every adventure that you may take on. Guys, their coolers are fantastic. Right now, I'm looking at the 65 V3, right? This is huge. You can fit so many drinks. And if you obviously, if you want to bring some food, you can put it in there. But what's really cool is you guys know me, I love brigantine, I love floating in the jetty, right? You can actually put the cooler in the water. It will float for you, so you don't have to get out of the water to get a drink. It'll be right next to you while you're floating in that water. And that's really, really freaking cool. And obviously, all their gear, all their coolers are extremely durable, and they're very versatile as well, which is big. Versatility is huge. Perfect for a variety of outdoor activities, from fishing and tubing to camping and tailgating. These coolers are designed to meet the needs of every outdoor or sports enthusiast. And here's what's going on, guys. All right, so gear up for your next adventure with Rugged Road Coolers. Reliable, durable, and built to use, Rugged Road is your ultimate outdoor companion. And right now, head on over to ruggedroadoutdoors.com and use our promo code PHLY to get your 10% off here. Again, promo code PHLY, 10% off. And big shout out and thank you to our friends over at Rugged Road.
All right, JP. Thank you, buddy. We have reached the 10 o'clock hour on the program. And our sponsor, Rite Aid. Go to your neighborhood pharmacy and check out flu shot. I was there yesterday. Got a flu shot at the Rite Aid. Met up with VG, the Rite Aid South Philly. So Marge, I was looking for Marge. She wasn't there. My man Lou was.
Oh, Lou's cool.
Yeah, Lou's cool. I was hanging with Lou. RiteAid.com. Hey, we're excited because I am.
One of us is excited.
Yes. I'm weirdly a schedule guy.
You're a schedule psycho.
I love schedules.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
do.
I'm the most unorganized person, right, on the planet. But yet I love schedules.
Yes.
I love when schedules come out. I love sports. I love the whole thing.
Yeah.
I just do. But the Sixers NBA schedule comes out, and I was geeking out with it.
As you normally do.
Yes.
Anytime a schedules are released.
I have it. I was looking at it, marking it up, and I wanted to get excited because I'm fired up. This is it, man. Let's go all in. This is the next 3 years. They got to break. They got to win. I mean, 1983, too long. I'm excited. So I needed someone to go over the schedule with.
It's not me, because I'm just like, schedule's out.
Yeah, I was all pumped up, and VG goes, nah. He's mocking me. Nerd alert, nerd alert. So I had to go get my main man, Devon Givens, to hang out. Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, man. How are you?
Dude, I got this schedule, man. I'm excited. You know what I mean?
Right here to my left. I'm ready to go. Yep.
I love it. All PHLY Sixers show. My main man, Devon. Now, because, I like to geek out like this, we decided we're going to do W's and L's.
For all 82.
All right? Now, JP, give me some volume on Devon. And you and I were going to go 82 games, W's and L's, and analyze it. All the while, we learned that our producer, Andrew, went to clown school.
That I did, yep.
Look at he's so excited. He's such a
I've never seen
guy.
someone so happy to be
Or like
saying clowns. Get on the mic.
He can't wait to be on camera. He just can't wait. Like freaking loves it.
Can't wait to show off my juggling skills here. Come on now.
Yeah.
So what we decided to do, since this is a half a mock, right?
I need some entertainment while you guys go through the schedule. I can't just sit here and listen to this. I got to see.
Well, you got it.
Juggle.
I can provide.
You got it.
Don't worry.
So so Skeeves is going to juggle oranges.
Right here, home citrus.
All right, they're tangerines.
Let's see over under how many.
I don't know the
Clementines.
difference. It's an orange to me.
Was the over
That's
under
not
how
an
many?
orange.
No,
Look
it's
at
not
this
an
thing.
orange.
Clementine.
It's a clementine. I mean,
Definitely a
enough. I thought
clementine.
you were going to bring orange.
Yeah, manly orange. That was a
You're
man
supposed
size
to bring in
orange.
the real orange.
Yeah.
What's the navel orange?
These are.
I can juggle this.
I got Kenny Pickett hands.
Yeah,
Come
yeah.
on,
These
I
are
need
Kenny
small
Pickett
ball.
oranges.
Son of a mother.
So what's the over under? How many times is he going to drop a clementine while you guys go through?
Yeah, so
I'm gonna
he's going to
say
juggle while we go over the schedule.
I'll say 2.5.
right.
I'll say 3 drops. The number's 2.5. I'm going to say he goes over 3 drops.
So you say 3. The brain is checked in. the brain goes under.
He's an under guy. He's an undersman.
Right. So he's actually rooting for Skeeves not to drop
Let's
the
go,
Clementine.
Brain. I like that. Yeah.
All right.
All
right. So
no pressure.
all right. Now we're going to go through. Now it's probably going to take us about
2 minutes, hopefully.
2.
I'm hoping that too. I'm hoping that.
2. I mean, I think it's going to go 5.
All right.
I think the over should be-
win, loss.
No, but we're going to analyze it's the West Coast. All right, we're gonna get nuts.
Now I have to stand up. I can't juggle sitting down.
Yeah, well,
I've never juggled
actually,
sitting down.
what we should do is have VG here and you behind VG, right?
Yeah. JP, can you switch that camera up a little
Yeah, and then he's behind. Now, go ahead.
He's already making excuses. Why I can't juggle
All right,
sitting down.
he's going to juggle.
It's weird. You got to stand. You got to get your body.
Dude, I don't blame you. I honestly, I think you should stand up. Hey, real quick before we get into it, Devon. 5 o'clock Christmas Day. Oh, Celtics!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually thought they were going to get a home game with the Christmas Day game, but you couldn't ask for anything better with this particular one.
Dude, we get the ABC. Usually we get the bogus ESPN noon tip off. And no one
in New York. In New York.
Now we get the big time 5 to the 5 o'clock spot. That was the LeBron spot forever.
Yeah, and it's also good too because when you look at that time and at 5 o'clock, the kids are already up. They've opened up all the gifts. They're pretty good. Now you still have to get ready for dinner, but by the time the game is over at around 7:30, you're good to go.
Yes, that's spot on. There's 2 other spots, and then we'll start the exercise. I will. I'll tell you when. You got the trip over Christmas that begins with Boston, and then you go out Utah, Portland, Sacramento, Golden State, Brooklyn. So that's one trip that's long. And then you got the March trip that is Dallas, Houston, OKC, San Antonio, Atlanta, New Orleans. And in fact, it's a stretch of 10 games, 10 out of 12 on the road.
Yeah, that's the one right there. That specific 6, which is the 2 6-game road trips that you talked about that they have. Those are the longest for the season. But that one right there in March is going to be tough because they have 7 home games, 10 road games. And you just talked about a stretch of 12 days where they had 10 on the road in general. So that one right there is the brutal one because even when you look at Dallas, Houston, and OKC, those are going to be 3 tough ones. But you also, that New Orleans game on the back end is not going to be easy either. And you don't want to slip up in there with San Antonio and Atlanta because you know how that goes. And the first 2 games are back-to-back. Then you basically 3 and 4 days with the OKC trip, which is tough. And you don't want to slip up and drop any losses there to Atlanta or San Antonio because you can get clipped there and you can lose a little focus, especially when you're trying to end that trip, you're trying to get back home and you wind up with the 2-4 record. I mentioned this yesterday on the show. You wind up with a 2-4 record, and that's pretty disappointing there at the back end of March because you just don't know where you're going to be. If we are looking at this team for who they are, as much as VG may not be all that interested in the schedule and the team in general, if you're fighting for a top 3 spot,
the team in general, I love this team. I gave them my highest confidence to win the next championship in town.
He's going like this. I got my highlighter. I'm looking at everything. Nerd alert.
But look, that stretch there, guys, is when you're looking at them at that stretch, you're trying to lock in a top 3 seed, probably a top 2 seed. That's going to be critical at the end of March because you know Boston is going to be playing well. You hope that the Sixers are playing well, and you want to show something on the road, despite the fact that they are Western Conference teams. You just want to pick up some W's and make sure you add on and continue to compile to those wins in that win column.
All right. So what's your goal win total?
So I always look at this since the Embiid era has turned into what it has been turned into once they start to make the postseason. 50 is a standard. Yep. So when I look at them with the standard of 50, we were discussing this yesterday, and Derek had pointed out 55, and that's pretty much my number, right around my number each year, around that 55. I looked at the over-under early yesterday. I haven't looked at it since, but it was 52.5. So I expect that to be the over. But I'm that 54, 55 number right there, Anthony, of where I think the standard should be. If we are looking at 50 as the normal standard, but when we look at this team and say, hey, this team is good enough to win well above that 50 and eclipse that 52.5 number of the over-under, I'm looking at 54, 55 wins for the Sixers this year. Understanding that Embiid will miss a lot of games, but I'm also factoring in that Tyrese Maxey and Paul George should play the brunt of those, even though George has also been known to miss some games. I do look at them and think that they can get to that 54, 55.
And having Drummond, to me,
100%.
is huge for the regular season for Embiid for those things. So I was at 58, but of course I always get a little bit crazy.
Is that the nerd alert, VG, you're talking about? 58?
I was a little much, but all right. So because this is a ridiculous thing to go, we doing W's and L's in the NFL is ridiculous because you have no idea injuries, everything else. But it's fun in the NBA. It's absurd.
And it's only 17 games. Games.
Right. But doing it in the NBA is absurd. So we decided to have clown school behind us once again.
Proud graduate of clown school.
That's it. Our producer, Andrew Frazier.
Thank you.
Listen to the way, look the way he bows. He's such a theater guy. Oh, my God. He's a ham. He should have a prosciutto leg over his face. He's such a ham. My God, you want to talk about a ham hock? My Lord.
Look how tiny those clementines
I
are.
know. So that's a fugazi.
I can't juggle, so I can't judge.
Why do you do knives? I wish you should have done knives.
I'm not sitting here with knives, dude.
There's some knives in the drawer in the kitchen.
I'll hit DG. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not in this room with knives flying around.
Knives sticking out of his hat.
That's all he needs.
All right. On the count, we're going to go through it. W's and L's.
Yeah.
And Skeeves will juggle.
I wish we had some royalty-free clown music, circus music.
Yeah, well, listen. Okay, but we need to discuss.
Oh, right.
So we need
there's
silence.
heavy discussions going on.
All right? All right. You ready? 3, 2, 1, let's go. Open October 23rd, home, Milwaukee. They ain't losing.
They're not losing to Rivers coming back to Philadelphia on opening night here in Philadelphia. That's a win.
All right, at Toronto, at Indiana.
2 wins. They struggled against Indiana a season ago, but I think early in this campaign, they'll take care of business against Indiana. 3-0.
All right, you come home, Detroit. That's a win, too.
Tobias Harris return game.
Oh, that's
Still a loss for the Detroit Pistons.
Memphis at home. That's a win.
I think they slip up right there. Against Memphis because Ja's coming back, Ja Morant's coming back. They're trying to make their early statement also. I think they can slip up right there against Memphis.
All right. I'm going to have it as a win because I want to start off at 5-0. But I'll put your L down. At Phoenix, I think that could be a loss.
On the road? Yeah,
first one.
Start off that trip. Yeah.
At Lakers, Clippers, back to – I hate the fact that it's so early. At Lakers, at Clippers.
I don't mind it just because they get it out of the way and we don't have to worry about it later on. So I think they take one of 2 of those.
All right. We'll agree. Charlotte, home.
Win.
The Knicks on TNT.
Nope. We got one drop.
No.
That's a home. That's a win.
That's a home game, and that is the start of the NBA Cup games of the 4 games that they have to play. The Knicks at home, beginning for the NBA Cup, that will have the championship in Las Vegas in December.
All right, we know they ain't losing that game. Revenge.
No comment.
Oh, you got a loss. Do you have a loss?
No.
Okay.
No. They'll win.
Cousin. Yeah. Cleveland home.
Cleveland at home, they win.
Yep. At Orlando, Miami, and Memphis.
Orlando is a team I'm very interested in seeing this year coming back now with some pressure on them from what they did a season ago. They're very good, adding Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, but I do think the Sixers win that game.
All right.
Miami.
I actually had
said Miami. Okay, that one is an L. Okay, but I have
one of the two is an L.
I have a win against Orlando, win against Miami, and I think they take all 3 on that trip. Revenge against Memphis.
All right, I like it. Brooklyn, they come home, they win that.
Yes.
Clippers home, Houston home.
Clippers, second time Paul George gets to play against his former team. They get a win on a Sunday night, 6 o'clock on a Sunday night. No nationally televised game either, which is puzzling, but they win that one. Houston, that's a good one right there. What did you have him as?
As a loss.
Yeah, that loss. I'll go with you on that one because they go on the road against Detroit and Charlotte, and they win those 2.
They win both those. Then home, back-to-back Orlando. Let's give it a split. Right?
Okay. Yep. Wednesday, Friday, the 2 home games. Yeah.
Skeeves stinks,
They're not
by
even
the
at
way.
the All-Star game. Fatigue setting in. He can't hang.
Come on, man.
You
stink.
These guys are going to be.
You stink. You got the little things. You're juggling marbles. You stink. You stink.
They're not even at the All-Star break yet.
Speed it up.
At Chicago or Charlotte?
At Chicago, Charlotte wins.
Yep. At
Chicago
Cleveland.
stinks.
Let's go loss at Cleveland.
Yeah, win Cleveland early here, lose there. I'll take that one.
All right, Spurs home win.
Agreed.
Now you're at Boston, at Utah. Christmas Day, cuz
This
they
is
ain't
Christmas.
losing to Boston. They're winning They're winning at Boston, right?
They're winning at Boston, and I'm with you. We can't stand them.
Yes.
They're winning at Boston.
Yes.
Start the trip right.
At Utah, at Portland.
They're going to drop one of those. I'll say they drop the Utah game
Okay.
and pick up a win in Portland.
I'm with you. At Sacramento, at Golden State.
They'll split those.
Agreed. I got a loss at Brooklyn because you come all the way back east, you're tired. It's just kind of an ebb and flow thing.
Your analysis of this.
Yep, you ready to get home? Yeah.
Phoenix, Washington, New Orleans home.
He's got the trips planned out in his head.
Phoenix,
analyzing it.
Washington, New Orleans. So I look at Phoenix and say they pick up. I say they lose that.
That's
one.
revenge,
As you
Phoenix.
I know, but to your point of coming back home.
All right, so
it
LL.
LL, Brooklyn, Phoenix, but they beat Washington and New Orleans.
I don't know what's
Agreed.
crazier, this juggling or these two guys.
At Orlando.
Come on, man.
At Orlando, 2 days later, 1 game trip there. I think they take that one.
Okay, I had lost that one. Okay.
Okay.
Because we had beaten them before at Orlando. OKC home, Knicks home.
Beat OKC. They drop after beating New York earlier. They'll drop this one to New York.
Okay. At Indiana, at Washington.
At Indiana, at Milwaukee. You talking about on the 19th?
At Milwaukee.
Back to
Yeah,
back?
I'm sorry. At Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Let's go split.
Back to back. They'll split that one.
Yep. L with Milwaukee. At Denver, that's an L.
They
He's going
beat
one-handed
Denver.
behind.
Embiid will play in Denver because look at the schedule. And they play on the 19th in Milwaukee, and they travel to Denver for
He's
2
playing
games.
against the Joker. They win.
They win.
beat the Nugs.
They win. They beat the Nuggets. They beat the Nuggets in Denver.
All right, Cleveland at Chicago. Cleveland home at Chicago.
Cleveland home, they win because they have 3 days off after
Yes.
2 days off after
Agreed.
they beat Denver. So they beat Cleveland.
Back to back, they
in
lose Chicago.
Yeah, they
L.
lose Chicago.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then at home, Lakers, Sacramento, Denver.
2 wins against the Lakers in Sacramento. 7:30 on a Friday night against Denver.
Yeah.
I think they sweep the series, man.
All right. I like it. It's a win-win-win. Boston home, give that a loss because of revenge.
Yep.
Dallas and Luka, TNT, Tuesday night, February 4th.
February 4th.
Sixers win.
I love it. Heat, back-to-back, it's a loss.
Yes.
At Detroit, at Milwaukee.
Detroit win. Milwaukee, where are we at now with Milwaukee?
That's a loss.
That's-
Feb 9.
I'll give that one to you.
Yeah,
I'll give that one to you.
Toronto at Brooklyn. Win.
These are the last 2 games before the All-Star break, so I agree with you.
The All-Star break?
Yes. At Boston home, TNT, February 20th. Win.
First game back from the All-Star break.
Yeah.
They win. And do they make a deal at the trade deadline?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
You got Clementines flying all over the studio.
Brooklyn, Chicago,
Brooklyn, Chicago home. They'll beat both of them. They lose to Chicago, as you pointed out, on that second night of that back-to-back, so they'll get this one. Coming back
the
to Philly.
Knicks.
Loss.
Yeah, I agree. Golden State home, ABC, March 1st.
Saturday night, 8:30.
Do you have a winning every nationally televised game?
Yes. Yes.
And they win. They beat Golden State that night. Yeah.
Yes. Portland home.
Win.
Yes. At Minnesota, at Boston.
They lose
LL Cool J.
Yep.
Yeah. Utah, home.
Win.
Win. At Atlanta, at Toronto.
Win.
Win. Indiana, home.
Win.
At Dallas, loss.
Now, this is the tough 6-game road trip that you talked about.
Yeah.
So let's.
At
and these
Houston.
are back-to-back here. Dallas and Houston back-to-back.
Yeah.
You said loss for Dallas. They have to win one of these. And they gotta
agreed.
beat Houston.
OKC, at OKC, loss.
Loss because they beat them here.
Yeah. At San Antonio, win.
Yep.
At Atlanta, win.
Don't slip up. Win the game.
At New Orleans, lost at the end of the trip.
Yep. 100%.
All right, and we get to the stretch run. Washington, Miami, Toronto at home.
Win, loss.
Win,
win, loss, win. Win, loss, win.
Loss, yes. Win, loss, win. At the Knicks, April 1st.
He's like rising out of his seat.
They win that one and even the series up at 2-2. Final matchup between those two teams at New York. They win that one.
Yes! At the Garden! Milwaukee home, win!
Oh, okay, win.
Yeah. Doc ain't coming here.
Get on the train, Devon.
By the way, Boo says Skeeves stinks. Minnesota home.
Oh, that's a tough one, but I'll give them a win there. Nice little tune-up
at
for the
Miami,
playoffs.
at Washington. LW?
You know what? Win Miami, win Washington.
Wow. And then at home, Atlanta, Chicago to end the season.
They're going to be playing for seeding, I think, Anthony, going into those final couple of games.
Win.
So, win.
I love it.
I wish we could play J-Rock right now. Win.
10, 11, 12.
Because it goes right with the song.
13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, my God.
Get to that 58. We're 22 at what point of the season?
No, dude, we got him at 60 and 22.
This 52 and a half is a lock over.
All right, so we'll cross off two others, and we'll make it 58 and 24. All right?
All right, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool.
Dude, I love you. Thank you for doing this for me.
No problem, man.
You made my day. Thank you, brother.
60-win season. Look at that.
I love it.
Number 1 seed in the East.
Play the song.
Devon, I owe you, so I didn't have to sit through that with him.
I owe
no
you, problem, man. Yeah, you
Thanks,
did.
brother. Love you,
All
brother.
right, fellas. All right.
Always. I got to tell you about Parks Casino and the incredible Parks Casino. The epic happy hour. It's happening Friday. Go there. In fact, we're going next week.
All right.
We got the invite. So we're going to do the Parks Casino happy hour. We'll hang out. We'll do the $5 drafts.
Pilsners for $5.
Yeah, Parks Pills at the Liberty Bell Gastropub. We got that. We got the $5 Twisted Tea, frozen Arnold Palmer's, all kinds of great stuff. The small plates are amazing. You definitely want to get that. All right, the short rib sliders. All right, braised short rib sliders, hot honey chicken sliders. You
love
like that?
honey.
All right, you love honey.
Who doesn't love honey?
Who doesn't love honey? We got all kinds of incredible acts that are happening. The excitement of the Excite Center with the big-time acts like JB Smoove, Tiffany Haddish. You got to check out Parks Casino for all things fun. The steakhouse, the Bamboo Noodle House for the sushi. We can do some of that. The slots, the sports book, the poker room. It's all right there. A mecca of entertainment. ParksCasino.com. You got to be 21. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. All right. Also, Rite Aid. We were there yesterday. All right. So yesterday we're at Rite Aid having a blast, and we shot a commercial. We were in South Philly at the Rite Aid. In fact, Lou says you got to get your flu shot. You got a family. You got the kids. Get yours out of the way because the kids are going to be going to school, back to school, germs everywhere.
Everywhere.
So just get the flu shot because why do you want to be at the doctor's? Why do you want to not feel well? All right? You don't want to do that. It's fall. It's your favorite time. You get football, the whole thing. I got my kids playing football.
Makes sense.
So fall baseball. There's all kinds of things. So you got the flu shot. Anything you need. It was so easy. Boom, boom, in and out. You're there. You're good. And Lou knows everything. So he's the local pharmacist. So every Rite Aid in your neighborhood, get to know it. All right? And all your goods that you need, anything last minute, you got it at Rite Aid, riteaid.com for all of it. All right, here's what we learned. Skeeves blows.
The over was a lock. Over should have been 9.5.
Hey, now that was a long
what was it?
time.
How many drops?
I lost count at like 8.
It was like 9 or 10.
Yeah, it was like Clementines flying all over the place back there.
Well, fatigue was also
He
settling
did,
in
go,
for.
he did go one-handed for a little bit, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah,
That was
man.
nice.
He went one-handed?
Yeah, 2 in the one hand.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot. You guys go on and on. I mean, it's a lot. His
Yeah, you're
arm's got to
killing
be
me.
tired, man.
I heard February, and I felt like we were already like 10 minutes in. Like, come on.
He's getting props in the chat. Everyone
Was it
appreciates
good?
his skills. Yeah.
Boo hit him with, he stinks, right? Skeeves stinks. But then he said, actually, he's not too bad.
Yeah.
So
I'll
then you
take
got
that.
a little bit of a,
Thanks, Boo.
yeah.
Such a Philly
Flyer
response.
schedule comes out. We'll have him. He tap dances too.
Man. Oh, man. Let's go. At Edmonton.
We'll pull the rug. We'll pull the
March
rug up.
12th.
We'll pull the rug up when we hear some taps behind us.
We're going to have our own circus here with me. It's a one-man show.
Someone said it was like sports with
We have it out. Flyers are out.
It said sports with
should do
a
it.
little Cirque du Soleil going on behind us.
I feel like I'm in Vegas.
Dude, I mean, no, that didn't get you excited for Sixers basketball?
I was excited over there.
Come on, bro.
I'm excited about the Christmas game. That's about it.
Oh, at Boston.
Yeah.
At the Knicks.
Well,
Come on, the Garden.
No.
Clap your hands.
I already texted the wife, hon. March 24th, we're in New Orleans. You've been wanting to go to New Orleans. Let's do it.
Man, nice.
Come on.
Can't go wrong with a road trip to New Orleans this season.
Oh, Eagles, New Orleans, too.
Yeah.
That's another big
Never
one.
been there,
Yeah.
cuz.
Yeah, you never been. It's a great city.
Yeah.
One of my favorite cities.
Hey, by the way, we got a caller on the line. So I don't know if you want to take the call now. Or...
Let's do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Who we
let's
got?
do it. We got Nick from
Nicky!
college.
Oh, nice.
Hello, Nicky.
Here he comes.
Nick.
Good morning, Nicky.
What's up, fellas?
How are you?
Can you hear me? Good. Can you hear me okay?
Good.
Oh, man. He got better system than Brad.
That lighting's great.
Yeah, he looks great.
Listen, Brad's not putting his funds in the right portion of his money making. You know, he's got to focus a little bit more. First of all, support the crew. First thing I purchased
Nice PHLY
when you
shirt.
guys, when Ant's like, I'm going to be here on this platform. I'm like, I'm in. Just waiting for you guys to get there. So VG, great to see you. Cuz, always great to see you. JP, welcome to the family. Since you're part of their family, I'm giving you a big hug from here. Congratulations on your wedding.
Much
So
appreciated.
now, Ant, I'm going to pitch backwards. Like the Padres did to the Phils last year. I'm going to start with non-sports and fade into sports. First of all, TV Todd industry, it's the only show you should be watching right now. 2 seasons, it's all that. It's great adult drama. I drink so much when I watch that TV show because they stress me out. Like these kids making money. So definitely watch industry. Second of all, Skeeves, it was clearly the over. We had to go for the over. So Brad always focuses on chaos factor, entropy in the universe, Murphy's Law, whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Yes.
Football players get injuries, so they're not going to catch as many balls or run as many footballs. So Skeeves, the entropy factor is he's going to drop more balls. He's not going to catch more balls.
You're right.
Like if chaos kicks in, so we misread the line there.
Genius
It was clearly an
handicap
over.
right there.
Yeah.
So,
That's a strong
My
handicap.
number was way low. I had more belief in this clown school, but no.
No, I mean,
I think it was conditioning. His
Yeah.
arms were giving out.
Yeah, you got a little tired there.
It's been a couple years since I went to that school. I'll tell you that.
You're weak.
yeah, it's like Embiid. It's like Embiid. Let's go into Sixers now. And I love the Sixers like you do. But we didn't even get the Brazil game yet. And you're already at Christmas Eve or Christmas Day with Embiid. Listen, he's gonna gain 20 pounds and then have to lose 25 before we even get started this year. Like we still have that summer weight gain that we got to focus on. So.
No, well, I'm thinking because of the Olympics, he gets it out of his system, and he's good. Now he may have a little lapse between now and training camp, but I think in the end he's still going to be ahead of the game.
All right. I mean, I'm going to ride with you, Ant, with this squad, man. Like this squad of all the teams we followed in our lifetime.
Yes.
This current Sixers squad. I don't mean the current players right now.
No,
but
I know.
The process, day one of the process until now is like Ajita,
Oh,
Dress,
my God.
Father's Day and Mother's Day.
Us. No, they put us through the ringer in every possible way. They have tortured. It's been unbelievable torture chamber. Like it's like we're in Cuba, in a cell in Cuba.
The NBA, listen, the NBA renamed that week prior to the All-Star game. You know what they renamed that week to? Ben Simmons week.
Oh, yes. Yes. Yes,
that was
spot on.
What an effing fraud that dude.
Yeah, yeah. No, you're spot on. Now listen, just because we did W's and L's as Sixers doesn't mean we want to make sure it's slow play. Really, in the next after we get through the next 2 weeks, I want it to slow down. It'll begin with week 0 of college football, which is a week from Saturday. All right, week 0, and then we just slow it like through Labor Day, and then slow it down and enjoy the football.
Now, I'm a big fan of Nick. Oh, first of all, Rite Aid down the street from my mom, Johnson Highway, East Norton. Every time I go visit her, we stop there either on the way when we leave the house or on the way back. She's got to get her knickknacks.
Yes.
Like there's stuff, she'll give me a shopping list for the grocery store and other, but she's got to go to her Rite Aid and she's got to go pick up her thingamajigs.
I love that. Yeah. I love that.
Best.
So,
it is great.
Your boy, and I'll finish with this. I'm a big supporter of Knicks in the world. Your boy better get this stuff straight this year.
Oh, without a doubt.
Your boy, I'm with VG. I'm in VG's wagon. VG, I'm riding shotgun. Yeah. Whatever VG says, I'm 100%. So he better not.
Your boy, I love
he
it.
better not.
No, listen, Kellen Moore. I got hope Kellen Moore.
He's saving them.
Kellen Moore can save them.
Yeah. Boise State, baby.
That's it. Even in a preseason game, Kellen Moore looks like he was mixing it up.
Yeah.
It looks a little good.
Yeah, he looks competent.
He does.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
So and they don't show anything now. So
12 and 5. You got 12.
I got 12. I think Dallas, like everybody's saying, I feel like Dallas, there's been too much turmoil for too many years, the last couple of years, and a lot of the same faces there. And you know how that gets old with Andy. It just eventually it gets old and you don't listen. So this might be the year that they take that big drop. San Fran, they've been deep in the playoffs for many years.
Yes.
McCaffrey, I mean, he's been healthy. I don't wish anything bad. McCaffrey's been healthy. But it's just tough. We've seen it in football. The Andy Reid teams, like they didn't run out of gas to just get out coached later in the season. But it's also they used to get hurt. A couple of key players used to get hurt before the NFC game or the Super Bowl. So
I'm with you.
Peace,
the teams I worry about, Lions and Packers. Good stuff, brother.
Great seeing you guys.
Best
Love you guys.
Family.
Thanks,
Nick. The girls.
Go Phillies.
PHLY. How about Nikki coming in strong?
Strong shirt. Wearing the merch.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Hyping up the sponsors.
Coming up
VG.
in a minute, Todd will join us. Todd. Yeah. We are presented by TrueMark Financial Credit Union. TrueMark.com/PHLY. You got to learn the credit union difference. Hit us with a couple nugs before we go to Todd.
We got to keep an eye out on those Brewers. They're dangerous, creeping up.
Well, we had a conversation yesterday. Who would you prefer, Dodgers, Brewers, because they were going head to head?
Yeah.
And I said I go Dodgers.
Well, yeah, you're conceding the conference to the Dodgers.
I just don't want to have to play wild card.
Yeah, right. So Brewers got bad news yesterday. Yelich out for the rest of the season. I don't like to ever cheer for that, but I mean, it's kind of good news. More good news. The Mets were riding high on that Grimace first pitch.
Yes.
Dude.
You see their first pitch yesterday? It's the end. The Mets are done. Haktua girl.
Dude, I saw this.
Threw out the first pitch yesterday. I mean, come on. Is that where we're at right now? You got to be kidding me. Here she is.
Is it at least a good pitch?
She's not even throwing it to the catcher.
Is it a friend?
God bless her agents. Whatever it is. I forget the agent she's on. She is everywhere. She's on every podcast, every promotional event. So that's the end. And then
that is the end.
A's beat the Mets yesterday after that.
Yes, and that's key you brought that up because they were hot for a while and they were riding the Grimace wave.
Yes.
And I agree with you. I think it's done.
Yeah.
I think they're about to cool off, and Haktua just makes it quicker. Makes their demise quicker.
When I was in Florida, I went to St. Pete's.
Yeah.
I can't tell you the amount of people I saw wearing her merchandise. Like
Really?
hats, Haktua tank tops, shirts. I was just like, what is this weird?
I saw a clip of her on Whitney Cummings' podcast, and she was just like, oh, I look at my bank account. I can't believe it right now. She's just cashing
bless.
it.
I'm talking grown men in like their 60s wearing a Haktua shirt at the bar. Who's Haktuaing at the bar?
God
bless. Yeah, God bless her. Cash in.
It's America.
Yeah, and I'm glad because it puts the Mets out of their misery for the year. So there was an interview after the Patriots-Eagles game last night, or maybe it was before. They're interviewing, it's a local broadcast up there, they're interviewing one of the players about the recent loss of Judon.
Right.
So the guy's got a weird response. A little miscommunication here.
Oh, man.
I got to ask you about the guy who just left.
Let me
How
ask
much
you
are they
about
going to miss him?
the guy who just left. How much are you going to miss
Who's
him?
going to step up in his place?
Yeah, I miss Bill. That was one of my favorite coaches. But, Mayo, he's a great leader. He knows what he's doing with us. And, yeah, I'm excited for Mayo, and I think we can get it done with him.
I wasn't talking about Mayo. I was talking about your defensive teammate.
Oh,
Judon. He's moving on to better places.
Yeah, excited.
At least a different place.
A different place. Excited for him. I still
I'm
know he has
excited.
a
He
couple
got
more years
paroled.
in him, so I'm excited.
This is the Patriots broadcast. He's moving on to better places.
That's the best. They acted like he was in jail, and he got freed. And it was like, oh, look at this. Let's go. Oh, man, he's made to the outside.
Gotta love preseason, guys.
Gonna miss Bill.
That was the best. Yeah, I want to miss Bill. One of my favorite coaches.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wasn't talking
So
about
Judon. Oh, yeah. Well, good for him. He got out.
That's hilarious.
He escaped.
Crazy.
He's like Alcatraz.
We love gambling here. You know where else they love gambling? Notre Dame. Their men's swimming team has been suspended for the year after they discovered they had created their own inter-team sports book betting on their own performances.
What? The betting Irish.
Yeah. And plus other corrosive culture issues. But they created their own sports book amongst themselves. I guess they had pools going maybe and betting on their own performances. They didn't say, I would hope they were betting on them to succeed and do well.
Well, it was amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If it's amongst the team, what's wrong with that?
It was an internal sports book. Yeah. I don't know.
It's not a sports book. It's a
kids being kids.
It's like, hey, I could beat you. Here's $100.
Right. Or, this is going to be my time. I'll bet you I do this time in this race.
I mean, that's called like incentive.
Right. I mean, unless people are getting against their teammates.
There's nothing to do that. Like, you're not going to, like, it's not for public consumption. It's amongst themselves.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just the team.
Yeah.
There's no sports book.
Hey, this is your college. I mean, you're the Notre Dame guy. I mean, I'm just a messenger here.
It doesn't feel illegal, to be honest.
No. I'm thinking to myself, like, listen, if you're doing it in football, right?
Like Greg Williams?
And it's out there for everyone, that's one thing. But this is swimming inside.
Yeah, we don't have a bounty gate going on here.
Banned for the year. Suspended for the year.
Wow.
Yeah, I have a friend who's her son, this is his first year out there swimming too.
Oh.
I'll have to try and get the inside skinny on what they were gambling on.
All right.
Skeeves might have?
TV Todd is here.
Oh, we got TV Todd. One of my favorite points. Friday.
Oh, can I do one more? That's fun for the weekend. Council Rock Newtown took a beating.
I know.
Last night,
I felt bad. Texas.
They're back tomorrow.
Arlington 9-0.
Back tomorrow against New Hampshire. The Czech Republic played yesterday. They're from Brno, Czech Republic, the home of Gregor Mendel. They got this kid, Dominic Kleiner. He's who we root for when Council Rock's not playing. Favorite MLB team, Philadelphia Phillies.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
So if you want a little European rooting interest, the Czech kid, Dominic Kleiner.
Oh, that's right. It's double
elimination.
That's right.
You got the international squad versus.
Yeah, I love that. That's cool, man.
All right, we're in.
All right. Time now for our man. What to watch this weekend? Todd.
Act like a man. You can't handle the truth.
It's time for TV time.
What's up? What are you doing, buddy?
Who was just singing along with my theme?
Me.
I love it.
We got a delay.
Do we have a delay?
A little bit of a Godzilla
TV
thing
Todd's
going.
on a delay, yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a Godzilla.
Is there a delay?
Yeah. Yes.
Who what?
Yes.
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Just start kicking and doing air chops while you
It's a
talk.
bad delay.
Hold on a second. Let's switch a different input here. I can't believe this. I got a mic and everything. I don't know what's going on.
This is why he's on the administrative side of production.
Well, he's a seasoned producer.
Yeah, he's not on the tech side though at all.
How about now?
No.
How about now?
No, it's worse. It's like this. You go like this.
Yes, there we go.
It's like the old movies.
Wow, do I need to log out and log back in?
Yeah, I would think so.
Yeah,
Give it a try.
Yeah. Log out, come back in, and try to get synced up. Because it is kind of distracting.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Super distracting.
Yeah.
Looked like we were watching Godzilla.
Yeah.
The old Godzillas that were dubbed.
Right. They were all done. It was really pronounced.
Yeah.
You know. The creature is coming out of the sea. And you say,
Exactly.
The creature is coming out of the sea. There it is. Breathing fire.
Hey, check out. We could talk about when he comes on. There's my man Nick Cage just scored another role, big role, because he's the best actor of our generation. He's going to play an MGM Studio big budget picture. He's playing John Madden. Coach John Madden.
No.
Nick Cage.
What?
Yes.
Dude, are you serious?
Dude, you're doing a John Madden?
Yeah,
What is it?
directed by David O. Russell.
I'm so in
Get
on this.
out of here.
Yeah.
Dude, why are you telling me? Are you waiting till now?
I was going to bring
Wait,
it on
get free.
TV time. I wanted it was TV
What's the
related.
story? It's a biopic?
Yes.
Oh,
of John Madden with Nick Cage.
Dude, this is gonna be awesome. So he's gonna put on some weight too.
Dude, and he was unrecognizable in Long Legs. Like,
I still gotta
so
watch
he's
that.
just morphing into characters
Well,
at this point.
what's the art? Did you hear this, Todd?
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see this.
Biopic?
Yeah, it's crazy.
What's the story, though?
First of all, I'm not sure what the story is. I think it's going to be all about him and his career and traveling on the bus. I don't know.
Yeah, it says it's just a dramatic look at the sports and video game legend.
So
I don't know what the arc is. Like, how do you come up with an arc other than like, you know, I don't.
they might make it a little extra dramatic than John Madden's life.
Nick Cage makes nothing extra
But
dramatic.
you got
Don't
David
even say
Russell
that.
and Nick Cage. I mean, it's got to have
Either
some
way,
shots.
I'm excited.
I'm just trying to think of this. I always think of the story arc.
Right.
You know, Tom?
I feel like maybe to do it right, maybe they have to focus on like a specific event or incident or dramatic situation
Yeah.
he went through. It's got to be something like that, right?
Has to. You could build it around something, and then I don't know. I mean, I get the marketing piece of it because of the video game. So Madden's became this, you know, household. So hey, look, do the film. It's gonna, you know, you have all that built-in audience. So I get it.
Yeah.
I just got to figure out what the arc is.
Who plays Al Davis? I'm intrigued.
You know. All right. So you're good. What do we got this week?
Wait, we're not going to do any juggling during my appearance here?
So give us your review.
Juggling in air quotes, juggling.
Give us your review of Skeeves.
Well, listen, I know I saw there were some dropped. What are they? Oranges? I said
Clementine. He didn't even go with a real
Oranges.
fruit. He went with the fake orange, the clementine.
It's not even real fruit.
It's a Bobo orange.
It is a Bobo
I know.
orange.
That's all I had.
I know he was being criticized for some of the drops, but I actually was impressed. I was very impressed with his talent.
Were you? He looked like Jalen Reagor to me.
Oh, man. And we need a rim shot sound effect.
Tough.
So, no juggling, just Todd. Unfiltered.
Yeah, Todd, you're not boring like the schedule run through. You don't need juggling. Come on, man.
Oh, wow. Devontae's going to have an interest.
Devon, but no, I mean, that's just me. I can't. I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience to run through
got Devon so I could do the schedule. I need somebody.
He knows I would have been sleeping if he's
I
running
need
through with me.
somebody to go through the schedule. Talk about the schedule.
Yeah, I'm joking. Devon's amazing. Anyway, so
you're going to do the Flyer schedule with me.
Why?
Really? No, that would be great.
While Skeeves tap dances.
Can I do that in studio?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Do it in the studio.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it. All right, so hit us with what are we watching?
All right, I'm going to geek out a little bit on you first, okay? Because, you asked because, a bunch of shows ago, we were talking about the top monster movies of all time. And nobody mentioned this film, and I brought it to the table, and it's very relevant this week. I said Alien from 1979 is one of the great horror monster films of all time. And this week, we have opening a film called Alien Romulus. Now, I know that some people are probably exhausted of the whole Alien thing. They did, 8 movies. Alien versus Predator was in there for at least 2 movies. Here's why I'm geeking out and excited about Alien Romulus. And this is why I'm back in for at least this film. So, Alien in 1979, and for those of you who haven't seen it, it is one of the best horror films of all time. I saw it on a big screen again recently, and it creates this feeling of isolation. You're just like intense. By the way, amazing cast. Sigourney Weaver, John Hurt, Harry Dean Stanton, Tom Skerritt. Amazing cast. Was a huge hit back in the day. Then they did the sequel a bunch of years later that James Cameron directed called Aliens. And those 2 films are looked at as the best films in the whole, all the Alien films, right? The whole franchise. This film that's coming out today is called Alien Romulus, and it's set between the first 2 films. So it's set between Alien, it's a direct sequel to Alien, and before Aliens. Because if you remember from the original Alien film, after Sigourney Weaver sort of disposes of the alien, she wakes up 56 years later. This takes place in between when the alien that she kind of got rid of ends up on a colony, and that becomes relevant in the movie Aliens as well. So this one is right between
I like that.
Yeah, so I think this one is worth, normally if an Alien film was coming out, I'd say whatever, but I feel because it's set between the 2 first films, and Ridley Scott, who directed the original, is back in as a producer on this one, I think it's worth a look.
Agree.
Ski was wearing an Alien shirt the other day.
Let me ask you a question. So Todd told me about that he was going to talk aliens.
Yeah.
He used the alien emoji.
Oh.
Violation, no violation.
Interesting.
You guys aren't emoji people.
No, it's not a violation.
It's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, it's cute.
But for someone of his ilk.
It's cute.
I liked it, but I'm just saying, he's a true, he's a
film professional.
TV. Yeah, right. He's a professional.
So you think he should class it up a little more?
Maybe no emoji? I'm just curious.
A little more.
I found it amusing.
Yeah, it's cute.
Well, you know what? Listen,
you don't want your lawyers sending you alien emojis?
Listen, if I'm going to be critical of myself on this one, the alien emoji doesn't really represent the alien in the movie. It's very different.
It's a monster, right? That alien emoji.
He's just excited about the movie. He's
it's
nerding
more
out.
ET-like.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about the movie as well? They're not using CGI, which like every movie nowadays uses that. It's going to be a lot of practical effects, a lot of animatronics, a lot of going back to the old school ways of like showing off the alien.
I do like that.
So that's actually going to be really cool.
I like that too.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
It's worth seeing. And listen,
I agree. I like the plot twist. I like the way the story makes sense to me.
Yeah, and the thing that's cool also is Hulu. Because of this, Hulu has all the Alien films from the first one all the way through.
Oh, that's cool. That is good.
Yeah,
Hey, Todd,
so
you mentioned monsters. Would you include Babadook as a monster movie?
I would, and you probably know this, VG, but Babadook is coming back to the theaters.
The original?
The original. They're re-releasing it.
Nice. Scary movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now, the Babadook is a shapeshifter?
I'm not giving nothing away.
All right.
It's a creature. An interesting, scary creature.
All right.
Yeah, I do recommend that one. It's great. But, I mean, right now, we are in this crazy wave of nothing but horror films in the theaters.
It's great.
It's great.
I'm loving it.
Cuckoo opens this weekend. That looks great. Mm-hmm. There's a whole bunch more coming down the pike. So this is a good time for the horror fans out there.
Hey, did you see the M. Night movie?
I did.
Thoughts?
Listen, I am a huge fan of M. Night, and I don't. I've liked almost all of his films.
Yep.
I could not get with this one at all.
Did you finish it? Did you stay for the whole thing?
Oh yeah, I stayed for the whole thing. I just I wasn't I didn't feel it was suspenseful. I wasn't buying the premise. It got hokey. His daughter is the singer, sort of the pop singer that is at this concert, performing the concert, and she was, she's a great singer, whatever, it was fine. Right. But she becomes an actress in the film and a heroine in the film, and I don't know. It lost me.
Yeah.
Hey man, you mentioned Harry Dean Stanton. He is such an underrated character guy. I'm looking through his movies right now. Paris, Texas, Repo Man, Pretty in Pink, The Straight Story, Christine, Alien, Cool Hand Luke, Wild at Heart, Godfather 2. I don't even remember him in Godfather 2. He's got a nice list of movies.
He is incredible. In fact, back in the day on your old show, I think when Harry Dean Stanton passed away, we talked about that, about all of his work, because it is incredible. He just shows up in everything. I mean, The Straight Story, David Lynch's Straight Story, incredible.
I always like going through the character actors' filmography.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. He was great in that.
I'm a big Steven Tobolowsky fan. He's the guy in Groundhog Day where he's like, Ned Right, every day. He's in so many movies.
Yeah, he shows up in a lot too. But no, it's the original Alien. My God, again, if you could see it on a big screen right now with the sound and everything, what an incredible movie for the time.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because we debated this the other day, because the new generation doesn't get him. Cruise.
Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yeah, he took some heat here for the Olympic stuff.
Yeah, I think if you didn't live
early
through his
Cruise,
right? If you live through his arc, right? If you live through Risky Business and all the early stuff, you have an appreciation for the career that he's had. But if you just go in today, you launch into his career today, he probably seems a little older and hokey and cheesier. I get it in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, those Mission Impossible movies, I mean, that's usually not my genre. They're good movies. They're great big budget action movies.
They're fun. And some of those movies, listen, genre movies, you have to go in with a certain expectation. It leads me into something we could talk about for this week. There's a movie on Apple called Instigators, The Instigators. Have you heard about this one?
No.
So this is, if you're a fan of the Boston set heist movies, this stars Matt Damon, Casey Affleck, Ron Perlman's in it. It's these two guys, and it's a Boston heist movie. And it's on Apple. It's the #1 film on Apple right now. I watched it, but I went in with the right expectations. Going to be just a fun little bubblegum type movie on a Friday night. There's a bunch of F-bombs, but other than that, it's a pretty clean movie for kids and family. I don't know. If you go in with the right expectations, you can always enjoy a genre movie.
That's great advice. It's called suspend disbelief in a much different way, which is go into it with an attitude in which you can enjoy the film, because otherwise you kill the experience. And by the way, we do want to thank you for being a diehard, for hanging out with us every day here at PHLY. We appreciate you guys. We're growing, and we love your input. So keep on hanging with us. allphly.com, PHLY YouTube. We got Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, Eagles shows every day, Union, and all the sports coverage you want. Plus, a lot of good stuff on the horizon. All right, let's go back to Todd. I think that's terrific advice, dude. I mean, go in if you're going to invest 90 minutes, 2 hours, go into it with the right mindset.
Yeah, 100%.
So what else you got?
Let's see. With two more little. Let's talk about one more, and then I'll give you a nug. I'll give you a TV Todd nug.
Nice.
All right. So the other show that I watched that I think is marketed incorrectly, and I got to tell you, I absolutely loved it. Cuz you may be out on it because it's a comedy, but it's a comedy on Peacock called Mr. Throwback that stars Steph Curry in it. Now, the reason I think it's marketed incorrectly is because you would look at it, and if you're not a sports fan, you go, I don't really feel like watching a comedy with Steph Curry, right? But when I looked at it a little bit further, it's directed by David Wayne, who was one of the stars of The State, ultra famous comedy troupe. He's directed tons of amazing stuff. He is a comedy genius. So I looked into this show a little bit further. It is hilarious. It is a mockumentary about this kid who grew up with Steph Curry, was on his high school team, and basically taught Steph Curry everything he knows, down on his luck, and he comes back to kind of scam Steph Curry to take care of some gambling debts and some other kind of things going on in his life. It's a 6-part mockumentary. It is really funny, really well done, and I have to say, Steph Curry is actually very good in it.
Yeah, I've seen the trailer. It looked pretty good.
It's really good. Actually,
I could see him being good at it. Yeah.
Peacock came out and said it's one of their top 5 comedy launches of all time, and they know they got a little bit of a push because of the Olympics, but it's being so well received that it's going to start airing on regular NBC in mid-September.
Oh wow, that's cool. I'll give that a shot.
Yeah, all 6 episodes are on right now. And listen, I got to address something that was in your chat room last week because I took
blindside stuff.
I took some criticism for not revealing that I knew the producer of The Blind Side when I recommended the film. So I'm going to disclose this, but it has nothing to do with why I like Mr. Throwback. I am working on a project with Steph Curry's company, which, by the way, is featured in Mr. Throwback. The executive that I deal with at the company, or that my clients have dealt with, is portrayed by Ego Wodum from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, wow.
They turned a male into a female. So I'm just disclosing that, but I'm telling you, it's a hilarious show.
All right. Todd, what are you hearing about Didi? I think I'm going to go see that this weekend. A coming-of-age story of a 13-year-old Taiwanese kid before he starts high school.
I don't even know what this film is. Are you making this up right now?
No, man.
Got it in front of us.
Yeah, I'm looking at the reviews. Look great. I was thinking you might have heard something on it.
Yeah. What is it called?
Didi, D-I-D-I.
No, I haven't heard about it.
Rotten Tomato.
Yeah. So, Taiwanese kid learns how to skateboard, flirt with some older lady, some older teenager. I don't know. The trailer looked great when I saw it in the theaters.
Oh, that's cool. Did you see it before? Did you see the trailer before when you went to see Kneecap?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah. They had some cool trailers before that, I thought.
Yeah, which was Kneecap. I can't like it enough. Oh, I started that pop singer one, the boy band. I couldn't get through it. I lost interest like halfway through it. So
the doc series?
Yeah. It's an okay story. I just didn't know. It wasn't great.
Yeah, I think the most interesting thing about it is that, everybody assumes that guy just was scamming his bands, but he was really, a massive pyramid scheme. I think that's the really twist in it.
Yeah.
All right. So I got a nug for you before I go. Just because we've talked about this show a lot in previous times. The Gentleman on Netflix with Guy Ritchie directing it just got picked up for season 2.
Oh, nice. That was.
Dude,
that
you know
was
I
fun.
love that show.
Yeah, that was fun.
I
know.
love that show.
I know.
I was
know
so
you're really gonna
disappointed when it was over. I loved it. It's fun. It was great. I love that show.
It's better
Yeah,
than
and you
the
know what?
movie.
Yes. Yes.
Go ahead, VJ. What did you say?
I just said it was
than the
better.
movie?
I thought Gentleman's Series was better than the movie.
It was. It was way better.
The movie wasn't good, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No,
It was
I was so disappointed by the movie. I can't tell. I remember being excited when it came out. I tried to watch it 3 different times, and it was just not good.
Yeah, I didn't love it. Oh, you know what? I should add one more thing, too. We talked about this film before, and now it's streaming on Peacock. The Bike Riders is out now. So, because I know Saturday nights you usually text me, and you're like, what could Tam and I watch? Watch that one this weekend.
Definitely. I got a lot of interest in that.
Tom Hardy is unbelievable in it. Alfie Solomons, he's unbelievable in it.
He's the best. Hardy's the best. I love it. I'm definitely on that. That's good stuff.
He channels Marlon Brando.
Hey, Todd, Monday night, don't forget, Love Island USA Season 6 reunion show.
So I was telling Tom last night, we were looking at
Yeah.
we were going through Netflix.
Yeah.
And we were looking at all the dating, because it's its own genre.
Sure.
Right? Love Island, Brazil. Love, what's the other
There's
one?
UK, Love Island UK.
There's a million of them.
Love is Blind.
Yeah, Love is Blind.
Love after incarceration.
Yeah,
or
I
Love
mean,
after lockup.
What the freak? And she goes, who's watching? Because she doesn't like garbage TV. She's like, who's watching this? I go, VG's watching.
VG.
Greg watches.
A reality TV guy.
I gotta let her know what seasons and which ones to watch.
It's horrible.
I'm doing Love is Blind UK right now. It's good.
Oh, no. Nat knows better.
It's good. Freaking Skeeves.
It's good.
I mean, it's all about Skeeves. He'd be the last guy you'd take advice from.
I can't do the reality TV.
You guys you hate love. I'm sorry. You hate just love happening and seeing it grow.
Are these people actually in love, VJ?
For a short period of time,
He
yes.
suspends disbelief.
For the paycheck.
Yeah, for a few weeks, they're in love.
I love it. Todd. I got a list of films coming out in the fall and winter. And so we're going to go over that next week. Some of the movies
that'd be great.
that are looking out, that I got a lot of interest in. Because the one thing I'm excited about is I think we are at the return of the movie. The movie's making a comeback.
I agree. When we do this show every week, I saw it very heavily tipped in favor of TV series. In the last few weeks, I've been talking mostly about feature films.
Yeah. Back. Movies are back. There could be
do
work. We could have work. Todd, we love you, buddy. Thanks, pal.
I love you guys.
See you, Todd.
Todd. Skeeves, great job, dude. You killed it today. You did. You're awesome.
Appreciate it.
Andrew Frazier. JP.
Yes, sir.
VG. Guys, have a great weekend.
You too.
All right?
Too, man.
Be careful. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging with us. And we'll see you Monday. Go.
We all silly like the mayor.